focusing on your. So it'll be like a first session and a second session combined, where I watch you play the first game. I'll kind of identify your weaknesses. I'll write notes down for all the rounds for the first game only, and then I'll write down the general notes as well. And then after the first game, we'll briefly touch it, like briefly touch on these notes, stuff like that, things you're lacking on, and then I'll make you play another 2 games if we can fit that in. Um, yeah, that's maximum. Minimum, we'll get one more. If there's time, we'll get 2 more in, so you'll play 3 total. If not, you'll play 2 total. Okay, that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just feel like the deep dive is just yeah, it's just yeah. Anyways, so um, go ahead and share your screen. We'll briefly talk before we start.
Okay. Do you prioritize higher resolution or higher frame rate?
I don't care honestly. Just make sure like it's not too high where you're gonna lag and it's gonna make me lag. Like watching. That happened one time. This guy had like two good
Um,
graphics. I was like, bro, my internet can't handle this shit while I'm streaming.
no, my PC's just dookie. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, what do you have it
Maybe.
at? Yeah, this is fine. You can even put it at 30 FPS. Bro, 720 30 FPS is enough for me too. Okay, so that's that. So we'll briefly talk. So I'll ask you. I shouldn't ask you, but I'm gonna ask you anyways because whatever. So have you watched any of my VODs before or streams? I know you have.
No, I just kind
Oh,
of pop in every now and
yeah,
then.
yeah. Like I've seen you around,
Yeah,
stuff like that. Okay, that's fine. I just
not really
asked.
like the entirety or like
Okay,
how it really works.
I think I've also played with you. We played together.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that one
on
night. We five
Lotus
stacked.
and Icebox.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just asked to see if the students will understand how it'll go. I kind of told you how it'll go, so you know. The first question is for the stream, for me, just kind of quick about yourself. What is your current rank? Wait, give me 1 second. Edit. Okay, so what is your current rank? And then your peak rank, and then also the role slash agents you play.
Currently Ascendant 1. I peaked to sack Ascendant 2, but like I've kind of just been like stuck there. Like this is when I first hit, and
Okay,
then yeah, kind of flatlines.
okay. And then
Um,
the agents.
Agents. I flex a lot actually. I play a lot of everything.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
you are a Ascendant player flex. Ascendant flex. Let me just write this
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Ascendant.
I got ISO Jet, KO, Sky,
So ISO
Vice,
Jet, Chaos. No, but
Astra.
like, what are your main flex agents though?
I would say like Jet, Vice, Sky, and either Clover, Asher. Depends.
Jet, Vice, Sky, or Ash. Okay, so you're like a little bit of everything, like Sentinel, Smokes, and Duelist.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair to say? Okay, cool. No worries. Okay, the next question is be as specific as you can. How many hours are you putting in daily and then weekly? Give me a range if you cannot be specific.
Wait, let me think for a second.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. And then also tell me how many days, obviously. If you cannot identify it, I'll calculate it for you.
Maybe like 8 to. Actually, it varies a lot. Actually,
Yep, just give me
maybe like
the
16 on the
average.
higher weeks.
How much?
Yeah, cause I'd be like 16 a week.
16 hours a week?
Yeah,
Okay, that's on the low end or the high end?
that's on like the normal, like
That's the
I would say
normal end.
average.
Okay, okay, so
Yeah,
that's about 2 hours a day.
yeah. Or
Is
it's not
that
like everyday
Oh,
average,
yeah,
but
like, you'll like put it in like 2 days, right? 3 days, stuff like that. That's
yeah.
16 hours. Okay. But how is it set up? Are you playing every day or is it only 3 days a week, 4 days a week?
Kind of just okay. If I go bad in comp like I have been recently, I'll just
Okay.
get on. Maybe I'll queue a few TDMs, then I'll hop off. Like just and
Uh,
then maybe over the weekend, like oh I have more time, I'll queue a few rank games today or something.
I see. So is this the amount of time you can put in or you put in?
Uh,
Like 16 hours a week. Is that all you can put into gaming or is that all you're just playing Valorant?
I
There's a
think I could
little bit
definitely
of
put in more.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the range is bigger.
But
So
yeah.
you could, is it fair to say you could put in like 25 hours a week, 30 hours a week? Or is that too high?
What is that, like 4 hours a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a little too high.
So 25, 20.
Okay, yeah, that's about.
Okay, so like a 50% increase around there. All right, so okay, that's fine. I just want to know, curious about your schedule, stuff like that. Okay, the next question is in terms of your game, what do you feel is weak, your weaknesses or your concerns, things you want to work on, things that you feel like are holding you back, you're worrying about. Why did you come to me?
Originally, because I like flatlined and ranked.
Sure.
I wasn't really going anywhere, I got kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So, as terms of problems, I'm not entirely sure, which, that's why I got coaching.
Yep.
But I
But try,
think
try in terms of your game.
it, like I feel like I'm more of a brains player than an aim player, and that's because like I'll have a good day, but
Mm-hmm.
then inconsistency,
Yep.
not as good. So
Yep.
I feel
So
like
you
that's the main problem.
So it's
Um,
fair to say that you think you have good game sense, but the aim is inconsistent.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. You're on the easier spectrum, as in the easy solutions to find. Okay, that's fine. That's a good thing. You don't want to be on the other spectrum where you got to work on your game sense and have good aim. 'Cause that's the hard spectrum, hard side. Okay, so you're on the easy side. All you have to do is focus on aim. That's it. Okay, it's very easy to do that. All you have to do is do it every day and be consistent. And do you aim train right now?
Kind of the same thing like when I do my TDMs. Like if I'm not gonna queue comp for that day, I'll hop on aim labs to do something like that.
Okay, but it's not consistent as in every day, right?
No.
Okay, no worries. We'll kind of work on this at the end. All right, so the last question I'm going to ask you, be specific. I don't want to hear these terrible answers that I always hear. Okay, I want to hear something unique, specific, detailed. In terms of Valorant, what is your goals? What is it you want from Valorant?
Um, I I want to get to that rank where every time I queue a comp game, there's
Okay,
someone in my game that like streams or is popular. Someone like I just think that's really cool. Hopping into a game,
sure.
you're able to play with someone that
Is
maybe I've
known,
I've watched
is
videos of. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
popular,
I think that's
is
cool.
in the
And then
scene,
also,
sure.
yeah, also I'm in high school right now, and
Okay.
it's not like a career opportunity because
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think that's for me. But I think it'll be pretty fun to play collegiate Valorant. I'm not sure how long the game's gonna last, but yeah.
Okay, okay. So let me just break this down. What you said. I like your answer. It's decent. It's not terrible. It's pretty good. Let me just break it down. So you said I want to be in a rank that where if I get in a game, somebody's streaming, known, popular, uh, you know, I'm in their game, and then maybe down the line want to go collegiate player, be a collegiate player.
Mm,
Is
yes.
that accurate? Okay,
Yep.
okay. Let me just think about this information for a little bit. Okay, so be specific though. Where's that rank? You obviously know where it is. I know where that rank is, where you can get in the game with the streamers. Okay, what is that rank for
I would say
you?
like mid immortal.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Mid immortal. That's all you.
Yeah, I think I'd be satisfied with that.
Bro, you gotta get to Radiant if you want to play with
Okay.
the big streamers like Shanks, Eggster. You gotta be Immortal 3 plus, right? That's what I thought you meant. Not like, oh, you meant like content creators.
Ooh, I don't know. I think that might be too far. Not gonna lie, I gotta be
Mm,
reasonable here.
is it? Be honest, is it? How do
I
you
mean, I don't
feel?
know.
Because again, this is how you feel. How do you feel about that? Is it too out of reach?
Possible. I'm not sure. I haven't. I'm
Sure.
not
Okay,
up there
so
yet. So
what
I don't know.
this is what we'll talk about. It's really important that you have, and this is why I'm trying to make you answer, but you're not doing it, is that we have an end goal in mind. That's why I asked you, what is that rank you want? You said mid immortal. I think you're already almost there, first of all. That's two of a small goal. You're ascendant, bro. You're already at immortal one, low immortal, mid immortal. Okay, you're not far. Okay, you're pretty much playing with the same pool of players that were washed or whatever prior. Okay, so you're already there. We gotta have a big goal. So let's decide now. And I'm not saying go pro. That's all I'm saying. Just in terms of rank, where is it where you'd be happy if you were to be wiped off the planet tomorrow and be like, you know what? I hit my rank. What is that rank?
I think I would still stick with
Mid
towards the
immortal?
upper end, maybe Immortal 3 if you're
Sure. Okay,
if you
that
if you think mid
the,
Immortal's too low, but
I mean, you're already there, right? It'll be a little bit different if you were like a gold player, plat player, diamond player, but like you're ascendant, your peak ascendant too, right? You said
hmm,
you're already there, bro. It's not far. It's ascendant 3, immortal 1, and then you're already at mid immortal. That's low mid immortal 2, immortal 1 is the same bracket. Okay, so you're already there. So what I'm trying to say is shoot high, aim big, shoot for the stars. You land on the moon, as they say. Even if you believe or know that it won't happen, if you fail, you'll end higher than what you initially thought. Is my point. So let's decide now. Where do you want to? Where? Give me like. So you want to go with Immortal 3?
sure.
Sure. Okay. Let's go with Immortal 3. I think that's a little bit better than Immortal 2. It's also a big difference. That's something you have to understand. It's a big difference from maintaining true skill to high Immortal 3 and a mid Immortal. Like it's a huge different world. Okay. But so we have identified that. Great. Okay, so you want to be Immortal 3. That's good. All right, so that's our end goal, kind of. Like you'll be satisfied with that. Okay, in terms of collegiate, be a little bit more specific. So, what do you want to do with collegiate?
I'd like to travel. I I'm in a high school team right now. There was like recently an invitational like a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah, a few of the university teams came to play, and I think that's just really cool. You're in a club, you're traveling, going to new places, playing a game for fun, right?
Right,
I
right.
mean, for fun, but
Is that all you want to do? Is to just travel?
yeah. I don't really,
Okay.
no, not really for the prize money or anything like trophies.
Sure. I'll be brutally honest. I think most people don't want to go collegiate or be good in collegiate or get on the collegiate team to just travel. Okay, there's a reason, like a big reason. Like most of the time, generally, is to go pro. Okay, so you kind of have to identify this. If it's to travel, then it's like you can travel without going to collegiate.
Oh yeah, no,
Don't
I
you
just
think?
not professional. I don't want to really play like professionally. Just
Sure.
I just think the game's really fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine, and that's fine. We'll get that out the gate right now. You don't want to go pro, that's fine, but you still want to go collegiate. You want to compete in collegiate, but there needs to be another goal there too. Like, it can't just be to travel, right? Can it be?
I don't.
I don't think so, in my
Well, I don't
mind.
know. I would say to travel to like to play the game that
Right. So that's big
that I love.
difference. To be like, guys, I want to go collegiate to travel and compete and be the best. Is what I'm looking for. Is I don't want you. I don't want any student to just get on a collegiate team to just get the varsity jacket. Okay, that's what a lot of people do in traditional sports and esports or whatever. Bragging rights. Be the best. Go to collegiate so you can be known. You can be the best. People know who you are. Maybe there is also potentially a path later down, even if you don't want to go pro or network with people that are pro and whatever it is. How old are you?
16.
You're 16. You have something I cannot buy. You have something 90% of men cannot buy. Do you know what that is?
My green rank.
No. In terms of your
Um,
physicality, maybe I should put it.
time,
Time,
opportunities.
opportunities, age, we cannot go back. You have all the potential in your hands just off your age. That's what you have to understand. I wish I was 16 and I know what I know now. I'd be pro tomorrow. Okay, but that's not how life works. And what I'm trying to say is just because you know, dream big, have an end goal. Yes, being realistic is important too, not being delusional, but the possibilities are endless for you at 16 is what I'm trying to say. It'll be different if you're 20. But okay, sure, let's just go collegiate and that's it, finished. Bye bye, bon voyage. Bro, you're 16. The world is endless. So, and that's kind of what I'm saying is that make sure that you have this end goal, this dream. If your dream is just to travel for Valorant, you might as well plan to go pro because that's what pros do. They travel the world all the time, make bare money, make fucking 80K a month, streaming, playing, whatever. That's an over exaggeration. Make a lot of money though. They make around 100K a year plus just off salary, and then it's negotiable. But um, I think it's important that we can kind of have purpose behind what we want. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't really matter about what you want. It's just the purpose. If the purpose is to travel, you can do that without being on a collegiate team. If anything, that's a trap. Oh, I gotta get on collegiate to travel. Like, bro, that's a bad. It's gonna not gonna end well. Yeah, you can do that by yourself. If you want to get on a collegiate team to be a jock, kind of be known and stuff, yeah, I can understand that too. But um, it's important that we have this dream, this big thing, and that's what I would like you to focus on. Don't just go to collegiate to just be collegiate. Decide, I want to be the best, right? You're on a high school team, right? Um, do you want to be the worst player on your team?
Nope.
Probably not. So understand that it's really important that you can understand and you're young. That's why it may have not come along as of right now. It will. Well, as you get older, you're gonna get a sense of purpose and stuff like that. But it's best to build it now. Understand what you're doing. All these hours you're putting into Valorant. What is it for? You gotta understand that. You gotta decide that. I can help you, guide you in that direction, but you gotta know. You gotta figure it out a little bit. And I'm not telling you to go pro. That's all I'm saying. But I would like a greater purpose to what you want, because you're like, oh, I just want to be in games where streamers are in there and they know me. Like, what does that mean? Are you going to be a content creator? Like, oh, I can understand if you want to be a content creator, so you get in those lobbies, so then you can network, and then you get a little bit more known, get a little bit clout, and then you start growing your audience too. I can understand that. But if you're just saying, I want to be in lobbies with content creators just so I'm in there, it's like there's no purpose behind it, just to feel cool. And what I'm trying to say is, just have these dreams. These small goals are important as well, like you focus on, but you gotta have a big picture, big purpose. Really understand what it's all for. So decide. I'll leave that in your hands, okay? But it's really, really important that you don't. Why? Why do you think it is that we need to have these big goals and dreams?
Like you said, shoot for the stars. You fall short, you at least hit the moon.
Sure. But why? There's a bigger reason. Why I'm telling you now, and you're young, you may not understand now, is when you get to my age, which is almost 30 now, where you don't regret. You don't look back and go, fuck, I should have kept with it. Oh, why did I give up? Okay, you got to understand that the feeling of regret is worse than dying. It really is. It eats at you every day. So don't, and I'm not saying waste time as well. Don't waste just because you're 16. I'm not saying, oh, you got it's endless possibility. You can do whatever you want. No, you got to take action now and have a purpose. So dig deep, right? And it's very important. You can't just walk through life not knowing what the hell. Oh, I just want to travel. I just want to. It's not how it works. You got to dig fucking deep. This is what I want. I'm going to get it. I want to be the best in collegiate. I'm going to go and get it. There's a purpose so that way we can obsess over it, work towards it instead of yeah, I just this and that. Okay, boom. Okay, what do you think happens to those people that do that? And I've been that person too myself, where there's no purpose behind it. What do you think happens?
Um, you regret it?
They fail. They give up. They quit. It's a part of regret, but they just end up not even wanting any part of what they were trying to move towards. Okay, so have a purpose so that way you don't quit. If you really love this game, there should be a purpose behind it. Okay, um, but that's that. Okay, so go ahead and queue. Kind of touched on that a little bit deeply, but I think it's important for you. I do this with all my students. It's not to see if they're stupid or I'm like, haha,
Mm.
you don't know. It's not that. It's not a trap. It's to help them because I've been in your shoes at 14 as well. I was a pro gamer when I was 14. I was a pro in StarCraft 2, top 200 in North America. And you know how many people played StarCraft 2 at that time? It was like the League of Legends at the time. There was millions of people playing it. I was top 200. They used to send me out to go play in MLG Anaheim. I don't know if you know what MLG is. Probably not. You're too young. Okay, it's like the dream hack of NA. There used to be a circuit in North America where they would go around and it would be this big LAN event, open bracket event. Pros would come, regular people would come. Huge, like hundreds of thousand people would come, okay, and they would compete, and then it's an open bracket, so thousands of people would compete, and there would always be lots of pros competing in them too, and there's winners and stuff. So I know what it takes to be the best, and to be the best, there needs to be purpose. You can't just walk through and just I just kind of playing to play and just drop. No, you got. I told myself when I was 13 and 12, I was like, I'm gonna train until I'm pro, and that's what happened. I started when I was 12. I started playing Brood War. Then StarCraft 2 came out when I was 13. And I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna go for it, and I did. Somewhat. I was a bottom of the barrel pro. I wasn't a teamer or like a list pro. I was on the bottom barrel, developing myself. I was young, but I know what it takes. I was playing with a lot of the top 50 players in NA that were A-list pros. Okay, but it's important to have this purpose. It's very important to have direction, not lose purpose.
Match found.
I try to go pro multiple times too, but that's another story. So, are you the player that kind of plays agents map dependent? I've noticed that with most players, that's how they are. Most students, they're like, oh, this map, I'll play this agent when they're a flex player.
Oh yeah, preferably, but it doesn't really matter. Do you think I should dodge this actually?
Up to you. Dodge it. Why? Why? Why'd you want to dodge it?
I don't know. This has no comms.
So we dodge a game.
I never dodge, so I'm not gonna get a penalty.
Sure.
All right, where's the fight?
So let me just get these out real quick. Oh wait, fuck.
Also, would you say there's like a huge difference for like say 70 to like 20 ping? Because a lot of people say there's, but I don't know.
Probably yeah. Like which spectrum?
Really?
Like which side are you? Are you 20 or 70?
70.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little rough. There is a big difference in terms of information, whether it's small like milliseconds or like 1 second. It adds up in terms of the information being processed in your screen versus the other person that you're facing that has low ping. um how you have to look at it is high ping, usually you have an advantage with peeking, swinging. They cannot really shoot at you, like you kind of show up on their screen. With low ping, you have to hold more because there's no latency. You can just instantly delete people. You can't miss. So that's how you have to look
Okay,
at it.
I'm
You should
looking
be
this down.
a little bit more aggressive. I'm not saying run it down with your knife, but you have an advantage with swinging. That's why they call it peeker's advantage, because you have an advantage with peeking when you have high latency, stuff like that. Especially high latency.
Hello. Yeah, speak long,
Here.
flash from the corner.
Hawk out! Blinded.
Good fight. Reloading. Cover going out. Stealing sight.
Multiple enemies A. Hawk out! Blinded.
Last player standing. One enemy
Oh.
remaining. Spike down.
Unknown.
A.
CT, CT, CT.
Spike planted.
Yes.
Pretty good round. Good kills. Good flashes.
That Sober's gonna put his eye out with all that tech.
What did you buy start of the round, by the way? I'm just curious. No wrong answer.
Ghost, 2 flashes.
Ghost 2 flashes. Okay. Yo, Simba, what's up, bro? Yeah, they mostly they want to go pro. so motivational. Thanks, man. Appreciate it so much. Motivate.
Oh, dog.
Scout destroy.
Wait, I'll CT. Oops.
Healing over here.
One enemy remaining.
Thanks for Ice World. Appreciate it, bro. Sometimes I feel like, dude, does my stuff help? But I guess it does. I try to make it where it helps everybody. Yep, pretty good round.
One step closer.
Can we have like a late lurk mid? They rotate A really quick. Yeah. I'm a dog down short this time.
I'll pay off your dog.
Smoke mid.
Oh.
85.
Here.
Last
Right.
player standing. Spike down A. Flawless.
Reyna, I must say how nice it is to work with you. It is so hard to find partners with your experience.
Yeah, let's see split. Let's see split. Can we get 3 long, 2 garage? I'll dog. If he's there, I'll flash.
Go long. Let me get one more here on long.
Let's go.
Raise top.
Here. Enemy spotted. Heal up, squad.
Neon team.
105 neon backside.
I was looking at something else.
Last player standing.
140 chamber, 40.
Deep breaths, everyone. Your hearts are pounding.
If I can get over by ult here. Can we like double hold for this chamber? He walks out sewers.
Here.
Keep your eye on target.
Oh my god.
Spike
One long.
down A.
Pushing up.
Last player standing.
Pushing.
My ult is ready.
Sheesh.
Feel the strain. Block it out, Omen.
Probably just let me lurk alone. Everyone should stick together except me.
Yeah, we can default more. Like this neon sees someone, he just runs up. Okay. Chamber C. Okay, the A push up.
Here.
They'll probably move towards A here.
Hey, one's up, A lobby. And he's back long, never mind.
You have dog or anything?
I'll just ult it.
Them out.
Flashing right side.
Found one.
Cutting their vision.
There's another.
Stealing sight. The point.
Here.
Hey, plant.
Block it.
Time to hunt.
Both CT, both CT.
Destroyed.
Wait, I'll just pick off you, Ren. Wait, stay there, stay there, stay there. I'll just pick.
I bet that.
Oh, they couldn't nade
No,
now.
oh my. They're in the choke. They're both in the choke.
One enemy remaining.
Parks, can we get an EU NA team next act? I'm not sure about EU, but we're doing NA for
Oh
sure.
my god, how are they so rich?
Cause I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to be there for EU stuff. But don't worry,
default
Haas.
again.
I'm figuring it out.
Chamber was
still,
C
I'm
last
still
round.
kind
Pick
of
from right side.
thinking about some stuff. I know we talked about this like 2 weeks ago, but
You want
I'm
to
still
play?
thinking.
Let's
Oh
play.
hell no. 3 there. 2 there?
Definitely will be a team.
I don't know if
though.
that was. I think that was regular up.
Bye. I'm pissed.
Go hop. Run B, run B.
I'll flash you and I'll flash you. Hang on.
Look out.
He's right side, right side. Up with
Kneel
up,
long,
with
kneel
up.
long.
Last player standing.
Chamber unknown. Clove was B.
My city needs me. I can't be
Have you
away
found
for
all of them?
long. Let's end this quickly.
Yeah.
You could throw a fake.
Three guys on the fake though.
Probably towards A. I'm a flash long. Here they are.
Here.
You can fake it, lean towards C. See what happens. You get a pick maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know if some mods are willing to do it. Like, it's a lot of time, bro, and I'm not gonna be paying them too. So it's like, it's a lot, bro. It's a little bit more logistics.
Fake,
involved.
fake, fake.
Scout destroyed.
I forgot. Chat.
Where's on?
Soba C.
Everyone see link? Do you have flash for C link? Can you do it?
No, no, no.
Gotcha, fun.
One more C link.
My turn.
One more there, there.
One
In smoke, in smoke.
enemy remaining.
I think that's it.
Going up.
Here.
No, I'm good.
Take aim, Zenfire. Let's not complicate it.
Let me try that again. They rotate really quickly.
Yeah.
We fake A, let's work C space though. Or did they have up?
He's pretty good. This guy's pretty good.
No, it was,
See.
Rage was on C. She didn't alpha.
Hawk out.
Nowhere to run.
Alright, let's go C. The heck? I'll dog, I'll dog.
Time to hunt.
You were alpha.
Here.
And default.
Planted.
Putting long.
One enemy remaining.
Another fight? Clean slate. Let's leave whatever happened in the past.
Honestly, we can try fake C go A.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get a pick.
Probably have
For you too.
like a late mid lurk or something. They're gonna raise all retake.
I'll wait for you to get up in my blind.
I'm flash. I'll flash info.
Hawk out.
There's blind.
Never mind.
They smoke.
Long and cutting.
Fire in the hole.
He's pushing up.
Last player standing.
Flank. Who do they have C? Just raise?
Raze is always playing there, I swear.
Is it just raise then?
Someone else as well.
Or Omen, I'll take bomb.
Just slam C
Don't
LT,
give them
guys.
ground.
Yeah. Carry the op.
Blind here.
Cutting their vision. Enemy spotted. C.
You gotta be kidding me.
Spike down. C.
Top box backside.
Maybe smoke garage.
Smoking 15.
Cutting their vision.
Just TP on bomb.
Could be pushed up flank.
Can you have a smoky? I need.
Yo, come garage after this the dart.
You can wallbang
Yo,
that.
what's up, PR? What's up, buddy?
Okay, we can fall off now.
No, it's not. It's not Peter. It's not Peter.
Spike down mid.
I'm too far.
What?
My ult is ready.
Yeah.
Oh, mid. Fuck.
30 seconds left.
I actually talked to Peter. I said, "Hey, I'll give you like let's do a session," and then he was like
Gotta get
being
bomb.
like kind of sour.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
But I miss him actually. I told him I'm like, "Yo, I'll give you a free session. Like, let's come." He's like, "Nah, man, this and that." I'm like, "All right, bro." He's like, "I'm immortal." I'm like, "Okay, stop lying to me."
Right side.
10 seconds left. Last round in the half.
You lose everything after this. Spend it.
Okay, let's go A. Either Chambers short or they have Neon or Sova long. I'll just dog short.
I can drop you, Jeff.
Who needs something?
You want to play? Let's play.
Up long. Well done. Wait.
Time to hunt.
Guys,
Could be on top box. I didn't see.
Blinded. Block in sight.
we all rotating.
Hi. Piss off.
Oh my.
Block healing over here.
Oh, we are ready. Nice, bro.
2 CC out.
Spike down A.
Off CT, off CT.
That was a really nice shot on Neon.
Last player standing.
CT heaven.
I'm in TNT.
You can hear me, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was, when I saw that, you should see my face when I saw that shot. I was like, "What the fuck?" That was disgusting. That was a nice shot. Okay, we're on defense. So I know we're not talking this game. It's just I want to observe, evaluate. You know, if I just gave you all the answers, I think it'd be a bit too easy. We'll do that on the next games, but. Yeah. Quite interested to seeing his defense side.
Omen, I'll flash out grass. If they're not here, I'll just hold C.
leave me here. Just run.
Sova C. 3A.
There's a
I got greedy. Not committing.
left.
One drop that window. One grass.
Grass right now. Hitting garage.
There's 2 outside garage.
Smoke B.
Going up B, going up B.
You tag neon chamber or no?
Going up B.
85.
At least 2.
There's 3 in there.
Spike down B.
Oh my god.
Last player standing.
Cubby and on site.
Kobe.
Don't sit down. We're not done yet.
Alright, hear me out. 5-man mid-rush out window. I'll flash right side.
Here.
Now they have my attention.
Is it blind reach? Reach that one?
Hawk out.
Close, close.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Low.
Spotted B.
Oh. Too close.
104, 104.
Wait, Jet has a good lurk.
Last player standing.
Enemy kill.
Oh. Anti. Hey, we got 3.
Not that bad, actually. Not bad.
These new friends of ours are not too friendly.
Solo camp out.
Mm. Okay. Our B was pretty weak though, pissed around. I think if they're not A, we just
His
spread out more.
comms are pretty good. Perks, what made you want to become a coach instead of trying to go pro in Valorant? I think we touched on this before, Simba. I just did it because I understood how you guys feel. Being
Congrats.
stuck, stuff like that. Don't know where to go to turn. What things you need to focus on. That's
One
kind of
up mid.
why I started. I've said this multiple times on stream, but that's pretty much why I started coaching.
Chamber grass.
I heard one in, I heard one in,
Time to hunt. They can
2.
I try to go pro, but I don't know. I don't have that fire anymore of going pro. I used to. Even like 2-3 years ago, I was like
Is that 2?
super
3?
fire to like.
3.
yeah, they were all rated.
Spike planted.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Probably just saved.
Hawk out. Blinded.
No,
Enemy A.
Just save.
Save. If there's a team you'd want to join, which team would it be? A pro team? Honestly, I wouldn't mind getting on like a 8-pack or like a EU team or like a South American team. Just cause I think there's more shine that way.
Oh no.
But like if you're on an NA team, like everybody is so known and hyped, stuff like that. It's harder to get on NA. It's all nepotism, so it's all like who's friends with who's your friend is like the pro scene in fucking Valorant.
Yeah, I'll flash A for info. We can
I don't
lean
like
heavier
that.
towards BC.
I'd rather do what like Something did or like Vukashu or like even like Autumn on FPX. Like go on like a foreign team. I go play on like a Filipino team.
At least one.
That's what I would do.
My ult's ready.
I'll go play Team Secret, bro. Everyone, go! Bro.
Yeah, nothing I'll say. One up mid.
Walking.
Hello, sir. Would you
Not to
like
be.
to plant the bomb? Yes,
neon window.
I will.
Spike planted.
It's over 1.
Last player standing.
move in. Got it?
For you, hermanita.
I'm just chilling here.
Wait, Omen, can you maybe?
Hey, we left garage open.
Healing over here.
Hey, we can chill. We can
Spike
chill. We can
down
chill.
mid.
It's on my. There's a trip. You smoke it. I can get it.
Still in sight.
Just chill. Just chill.
Reloading.
They're not in garage, are they?
Yeah, they could be.
I can heal. I only have 12 though.
Heal ups. Add healing.
Cutting their vision.
I cleared
One
garage.
enemy remaining.
Next. He's in garage. He's up the ceiling.
I am not pleased, sir.
Look your enemy in the eye. It helps with accuracy.
You want trip B or garage?
Either way.
You want to play? Let's play.
Blinded.
Corner.
Time to hunt. Scout destroyed.
Silver drone. And one more.
Cutting their vision.
Wait, show all of you are there. Show all of you are there. You rotate.
Reloading.
Rotate.
All three?
Yeah.
Chamber's still sewer. Wait, I'll anchor. You guys can leave.
Spike down. Attacker
On
spawn.
my pings. On my pings. Could be up garage. Chambers alone.
I'll just hold this.
She's probably garage right now. Up link. Waiting. Spawn. Chambers gonna plat.
Yeah, I would love to play it on boot camp. That'd be cool, or like a team setting, like a true team setting, like
30
on like a
seconds left.
long-term team.
Yeah,
I've always
people-
been like
people know they're
short-term
wrong.
with teams, like
Both
a
there?
month, 2 months.
There's one garage.
Yeah, chamber plant.
Spike planted.
Wait, we're garage. Where?
Last player standing.
Outside.
Hawk out. Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
God, you're fun. My turn.
Match point.
Owen, can you smoke this? Let's try push up. I can get an orb for your tick.
I got yous, okay? Hawk out. I'm out of stuff. My
Two there,
ult's
two there,
ready.
two there.
You're fucked.
Through garage.
Hey, just chill.
Got him.
Yeah, she's through. She could be on C.
Time to hunt.
In garage right now. That doesn't-
I have ult for your tick. I have ult for your tick.
Silver planting.
Spike
Neon
planted.
could be up spawn right now. I think you guys go long together.
Seek them out. Found one.
One spawn. One front side.
He's on site, Jet. On site. Blind Jet.
Could be out C.
One enemy remaining.
Yes.
Cheers, mate.
Holy shit.
Surprise,
Did
motherfucker.
you even start that shit?
Jelena 777. Thanks for the raid. Appreciate it so much. You're the best.
Okay, which gun to pick?
I don't
this
need the
time?
raid, but I appreciate it so much.
I'm offing 8.
Thank you. Hi. Hello everybody.
Drunk.
We're in a coaching session right now. So I'm a little bit on the quieter side right now, as of right now, but we'll be getting into it a little bit crazily in a bit.
Flash,
Mayor
C1.
Care. What's up? Jelena raid, yes sir.
Where do they dart on C?
I know this feeling, trust me. I do it to people too, so I know exactly
Nothing
what you
C.
guys are feeling right now. Where did the other notes go?
Take it out.
Thanks for the follow, Jelena. I'll follow you back
Are they committed?
whenever I can. Thank you. Fuck, I'm getting lost in these notes I was writing. You guys distracted me. Fuck. On 20. It starts.
Last player standing.
Rotates to A. It's 1v3. I thought you were playing the game. No, I'm not. Not even
Spike
close.
planted.
I'm coaching. Coaching my students. Got a lot of students, so. Alright, GG.
Attackers win.
GG's. I know that game was a little bit, but don't worry, we'll kind of touch on some stuff. Okay, so we'll go through your notes quickly. I'm gonna send you these notes right now. Let me do that right now before I forget. Where are you?
I might secure another one.
Not yet. We'll talk before you start, just so we can get through these notes, and then I'll make you focus on some stuff that we need to. Right, so I sent you the first game. These next games we won't, because we're gonna be talking now in the rounds. Okay, let's go through your general notes real quick. So we'll start. I tell all my students, you know this. We start with the cons first.
Wait, where'd you send them?
I sent it. Oh fuck! I sent it to the wrong guy. Fuck me. Give me a second. You guys had similar icons. Forgot it's Sage, not Yorichi. That's the guy before. That is the guy before. Okay, you got it right. Oh, but don't mind the name at the end there. That's just his username. So that's that. So there's always gonna be more cons than pros. Give me a sec. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, I know, right? People want to improve, right? I know, weird. Okay, so let's start with your comms. Okay. Comms can be more directive. I think you can be way more directive. Like I wrote this in your pros too. I think you have a lot of potential to being a good IGL or potential of being an IGL, but it's now time to apply that skill set a little bit better. Um, you know, I know people don't want to micromanage, but it's a part of the game, especially when you're improving and climbing. You need to micromanage not just them individually, but also their utility. So understand that. Just be a little bit more directive. Hey, I want you here. Hey, this. I want this. I want this. Okay. Um. So I think that could be a little bit better because you're a little bit too with the flow, where there's no plan, there's no purpose, and when there is a plan, it's not specific. It's not, um, there's thought being into where somebody needs to go, what we're doing. Okay, so you can be a little bit more directive in that note. The next thing is, would like him to make more mid-round calls. What is mid-round calls? Can you try to identify?
Like something goes off to the original plan, gotta adapt.
Sure. Um, Even if it's on course with the plan, there's always some sort of mid-round calls, some minor adjustment or whatever it is, or a call to pivot, a call to need to go in now. Guys, we need to group up. Guys, this. Wait, let's rotate. Um, Stuff like, guys, make noise over there. We're gonna walk up over here. Stuff like that. I would like you to take charge of the mid-round calling. There's a early game calls, the pre-round calls, right? The plans we make while the walls are up, the barriers are up, and then there's
Mhm.
mid-round calls where you know it's in the while the round is happening. There needs to be somebody to make a decision. Everyone's just walking around, playing with their cocks, or just like just shift walking. You're not doing anything. Make a plan, guys. Let's go, guys. We need to rotate, guys. Let's make noise here and leave. Stuff like that on attack specifically. So I would like you to be more of a get a better handle on mid round calling. I think your pre round calling is very good. Well, I shouldn't say very. I think it's good. Um, but I think the mid round calls, like you make a plan, right? You're like C split, and then you guys get to garage, and there's nothing going on. Nothing happen. Nobody's talking. Nobody cares. You walk out garage by yourself using no utility. This was early on in the game. Like make a call. Tell them I'm gonna dog. Get in. Go. We need to go or rotate. Right. So, um, and we'll get on how to get to that point. But in terms of communication, got to get better with our comms in terms of being more directive because you're an IGL already in my eyes. The way you're talking shows you have potential to be an IGL, and then just got to be better at the mid round calling. Okay, you've made a plan. You guys are going towards that plan. You're on course for it to explode out, execute that plan, or you've are trying to pivot. Tell them, right? So stuff like that. Aim, not okay. I'm gonna be brutally honest. This game, specifically
Okay.
this game, you didn't take a lot of fights, so it was hard for me to look at your aim. But from what I'm seeing, this is what I got. Okay, so not taking good duels. So you're not taking good duels, and also you're not taking enough duels. Usually the cases that I tell my students, you're taking too many duels, you're overheating, stop peaking, stop repeaking. But you're the opposite spectrum where I want to tell you, take some duels, take a fight, look here, hold here, swing this guy, help your team, right? So you're in that category, which it's not bad, but it's a little bit scuffed. Okay, so that's that. Just talk with me. I know you're kind of getting you want to shoot around, but just don't be in the range right now. Just talk with me. Be engaged with
Oh,
me, so that way you're 100% focused on what we're talking about. Okay, so the next thing is there's no confidence in your aim. You kind of tend to be timid, not look for fights. You're not peaking a lot to fight. You're not re-peaking, and those are some bad things and good things tied to it, but it's just non-existent. Like there's no confidence there. You're not leading with aim, which most 90% of people do is lead with aim. And you told me you're all brain, your brain and aim has inconsistencies. I can understand that, but still try. Right? I'll ask you, what are the chances we die in a round?
50-50.
50%?
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean?
How likely is it? There's no percentage. How likely is it? There could be, we could label it, but how likely is it that we die in a round? It's not 50%. Try to identify it.
I
There's
don't
no
quite get
wrong.
it.
How likely is it for you to die in any given round? Is it very likely or very not likely?
Probably unlikely.
It's unlikely for you to die in every round. Does that make sense?
Oh, currently, the way I'm playing, I guess.
No, no, I'm having a hard time understanding. I'm asking you, how likely is it that we'll die in any given round, every round? What are the chances we die?
I
High. You said not likely. I'm like, what? What? It's really high that we're gonna die. If anything, we die a lot of the times. So if we're gonna die anyways, shouldn't we try to at least make something happen? Should we wait around and sit around and just sit in corners, look at the sky and stuff, or try to go and kill two, three people? Which
try to
option?
actually do something.
Right. So if the chances of us dying are high, we might as my point is we might as well go and make something happen. And that's something you're not doing. You're not going to find kills with our brains and aim. Yes, there's ways to get kills with solely our mechanics and solely our brain as well. Because aim is only what gets us kills through actions. Like it's executing the action of flicking precision to kill, but it's really our brain that sets us up to get multiple kills, to execute our mechanics. Okay, that's something you have to understand. So there's both ways. Like one way is obviously to run into three people and kill all three of them with our good aim, but there's all another way of doing it where we get behind three people and they got their backs towards us because we got a sick timing through our brain or we took space well and we just instantly kill all three of them, right? So they're separate ways, and obviously, and I'll ask you, which way do you think is the best way to get kills? Is it to mechanically or with our brain?
Brain.
With our brain. Okay, that's something you have to understand. So I'm not, I know your aim mechanics are weak, and that's fine. That's easy to get good. That's easy to get better, but um, just gotta have a little bit more confidence too. I tell all my students, aiming is a solely pretty much a physical act, right? We're using our fingers, our arms, our wrists, our forearms,
Mm.
our delts, our neck, our traps, our biceps, our chest a little bit, our lats a little bit. Okay, we're swiping around. All our muscles are connected. Something you have to understand. Okay, but there's also a mental aspect to aiming too. Our confidence. If you feel like shit, you feel like you can't kill them. You're in your head. What do you think is gonna happen?
How you're gonna play?
Exactly. So how we feel, or our mental state, I should say feel, but our mental state is how we'll shoot. If we're confident in our abilities, we know we're able to delete people, that's what we'll do. But there's no confidence there because you're not, and I can tell you why it's not there. It's because you don't train. So the easy fix is that you got to be consistent and train every day. And once you see the progress, you'll be confident. Oh fuck! Wait, I'm able to fucking kill these guys like this all the time, and it starts growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, and then you're able to just start fighting people all the time, looking for fights, whether if that's overly or not. But that's a different story if that does happen. But we need some confidence. Okay, there's no confidence. I'll ask you, how many times did you get in a fight that game?
Sorry.
I said, I'll ask you, how many times did you get in a fight that game specifically? A duel, a 1v1 duel.
Maybe a few times on the lurkers,
Sure,
or like when I was lurking.
but do you think that's a normal amount or it's uh, a lot or less?
Probably less. I think it
Way
also
less.
depends on like yeah what I'd play.
Okay, way less. You're initiator. It should be high. It's in the name. Initiate. Initiator. Right? It's to
Mm.
initiate contact. You are a secondary duelist. That's how you have to look at it. You should be running out with your team and helping fighting and trading them after using utility. But you use your utility and then you're kind of just timid. You're kind of waiting around. So I want you to focus on this a little bit. And I'm not saying you never. You did come out with your team sometimes, but it's just like that's just one, two times too few. You got to do it all the time. Be aggressive. Okay, in this game, in life, in traditional sports, traditional esports, any game, making money, a lot of these stuff, who, who do you think wins? The passive person or the aggressive person?
Aggressive.
The aggressive person. Be aggressive. Don't let them breathe. Don't let them give a time for them to think. And I'm not saying run it down on them, knife out, and just grief. That's not what I'm saying. It's just there needs to be a control of knowing when to play slow, when to tuck, when to play off your teammates, when to be in a corner, when to value our lives, and also knowing when to throttle to run it at them, swing him, re-peek him, play aggressive. Okay, take up space up mid, flank hard, stuff like that. Which you kind of do the flank hard part well, but you got to have that controlled throttle, that throttle in aggression in everything. The way you think, the way you shoot, stuff like that. You got to be able to turn the switch on whenever you choose. But there is no switch. Your default is just to be passive, timid, just kind of sit around, wait for things to happen. And I'll be really, 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 really honest. Okay, it's not just a Valorant skill. In life, in Valorant, in gaming, traditional sports, it's all about being aggressive, grabbing what is yours, and just putting that pressure on the mental pressure, not physical pressure, but mentally. Oh fuck, this guy is so aggressive. We're gonna have to deal with this guy, or they don't deal with you and you keep getting away with it. That's the beauty of it. It's a double-edged sword with dealing with aggression. It's like, are we gonna expend all these resources of people, bodies, utility for this one guy, or are we gonna just let him be? But if we let him be, he can do whatever he'd like and keep that aggression, right? So that's how you have to look at it. It's in your fate. It's on the aggressor's favor to be aggressive. The defender or the one that deals with it needs to kind of outweigh the pros and cons and give you some leeway both directions. So understand that. Okay, we'll move on. The next thing is big inconsistencies with his aim. I think with your aim, you're kind of you are able to delete, but it's too few. What do you think I tell all my students what I want from them in terms of aim? Can you try to identify? I know I haven't told you, but try to think. What do I tell my students I want from them?
Like consistency.
Be specific. Do I want them to consistently to body shot them?
Probably not.
Definitely not. That's a definite no-no. Okay, so be specific. I'm not asking these questions to see if you're stupid. That's not why. It's to open up your
Mm,
mind. Okay, that's something you have to understand. Okay, I'm here to help you. It's to open your mind up. So try to answer these questions. What is it
like
I want from my students?
like I would say the by the book correct way to aim, so like strafing, pre-aiming.
No.
Yeah.
I'll
No?
just give you the answer because you're struggling. Okay. I tell all my students I want instant deletions, no exceptions, no questions asked, no excuses. Instant deletion. I emphasize on that point. Think about that. Okay. And to obviously you're not at that level yet. You can, even though you're ascendant, which is rare. I'm in the same category as you too, bro. So I know how you feel or kind of think about it. Okay, I was in the same cat. I was in the all brain no aim category too. We're in the same category. Okay, I understand, but what you have to understand is that's what I want from all my students. It's to instant delete every time, no excuses, and to do that is obviously to train. Okay, I got it to that level too, to instantly delete, not by sitting around focusing on my game sets. It's to practice my aim. So, we're getting a little bit carried away, but that's what I would like you to focus on moving forward. Is that um, yes, I emphasize myself that aim is not as important, but it is important to some degree. It needs to still be close to your game sense in that way, in that regard. I always tell my students I want game sense to be 10 out of 10, aim 9, 8 out of 10. I don't care if it's 10 out of 10. Obviously, it's a plus if it's 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 as well when my game sense is 10 out of 10. But generally, if you have 5 out of 10 aim and you got 10 out of 10 game sense, naturally you're going to get a lot of kills. Just of positioning, setting yourself up to be in the position to kill people. Okay, not maybe killing them quickly, but killing them, at least being in a position to kill. Okay, so just kind of focus on that. But um, it's still important that our aim comes up as well. So just understand that. I'll show you some stuff at the end that we can work on. Some stuff like that in terms of our aim mechanics. Okay, but just understand that it's important that there's no inconsistencies. And I'll ask you, if we're inconsistent with our aim mechanics, how can we be not inconsistent? Try to answer.
I would say aim train, play more
Sure.
consistency, just like overall.
Right. That's the answer I'm looking for. You don't even need to tell me aim training and range DMs. That's not what I'm looking for. It's one word. It's to be consistent. It's to do it every day, whatever that is. If we're inconsistent, all we have to do is be consistent. That's the other part of the word. It's the polar opposite. If we're not doing it, do it. Okay, so start focusing on these things and take action. Because the longer you don't do it, the longer you're going to be stuck. And that's what I try to help all my students is that I make sure that they don't get hit. They don't hit a wall. We get ahead of all these problems where we don't hit walls. We don't have setbacks. We just smooth sailing through the water to our goals, our ranks. And that's what happens to a lot of my students because we address the hard stuff now. And that's what I need you to focus on. So, one priority for you needs to be aim. I think you're a very good player. I do. even off that one game, just the way you're speaking, just the way you're talking, just the way you're kind of trying to figuring the plan. I'm not saying it's 10 out of 10. In my eyes, it's like 6.5, 7 out of 10, but I need it better. I need it elite. It's good. I need it elite. That's the standard you need to have for yourself. Okay, especially if you want to go play collegiate, especially if you want to be in games with content creators and stuff like that. You gotta kind of understand that a little bit. Okay, so let's move on. The next thing is utility usage. Not using his dog or flashes to take a fight. There's so many times, I think 2 to 4 times, where you just swung backside or you just took a fight instead of dogging, right? Our role isn't to fight. It's not solely to fight. Our role is to use our utility to help fight. That's how you have to look at it. It's a little bit of a tweaking in how we think. VLT Flay, what's up? Thanks for the follow. So understand that, but it's weird. Sometimes where you're supposed to play your utility and safe, you start running into them, and then you know when you're supposed to run into them and stuff, you're kind of like just shy, right? So it's a little bit strange. It's a little bit of backward thinking, but just understand, like specifically that round, you called for a C split. Okay, there's three longs. There's two garage, you and Jet. The guy calls neon plaid, and you just do you even know what you did?
I'm not. I don't think I remember now.
You literally walked out, no utility, and tried to fight, and just died and fed. Like use a flash, use a dog. He would have been dead. Whole team, and there obviously there's other problems. You gotta identify to go. It's a solo neon backside. You're the only one that came out. Whole team's baiting. You gotta tell them go, go, come, come. I'm going out, coming out. That's a different problem. But in terms of our utility usage, there got a dog and tell them I'm dogging. Go on site. Go start scaling up stuff like that. Get better at this a little bit. So that's that. In terms of utility usage, I think you use your utility well. In terms of your dog, your flash, you're able to expend it, as in use it, basic level, use it, throw it in the sky or whatever. But it needs to have value. That's what you have to understand with utility usage, and that's something. Um, the easiest way to think about it is having value with our utility usage. What will this dog do? What will this flash do? It needs to do something. Blinding them is not enough. It needs to blind and kill. The dog just clearing a sight is good enough, but needs to do more. Clear these hard angles and get kills, stuff like that. That's how the better players think. It needs to add lots of value. Okay, so work on that a little bit in terms of utility usage. Make sure there's a purpose behind your utility. There are sometimes, but sometimes there isn't, or sometimes it's non-existent, and you just run out and die. Okay, so the next thing is movement slash positioning. A little bit flat-footed, stationary. Do you know what this means? Flat-footed.
Like I tend to hover around the same spot.
Yeah, you're kind of always in the same spot of where the enemy last saw you. So you swing, he sees you, you just stand there. Add a little swagger to your move, a little rhythm, left, right, long left, or like a short right, short left type movement. Whatever it is, okay? The timing or rhythm, but just add a little rhythm. Sometimes it's just stationary a little bit, so just kind of keep that in mind. Okay. The next thing is he's always peeking a bit off the common angles. Okay, what this mean? And I wrote a lot. So you're peeking from very common spots that everyone looks and clears, and this is something I struggled with too. 2 years ago, leading up to my peak, I'm like, why the fuck I keep? Wait, what the fuck? I'm holding such a good angle. Why do I keep dying? I used to ask myself, why do I keep dying? What the fuck? And I could not understand it, but later on, and it's very simple, which is silly. But I realized, oh fuck, these are just angles, they're just commonly cleared or looked at when coming into the site or whatever this area. It's very, very common. So this is something you need to understand to differentiate what is a common angle, an off angle, and not a common angle or a weird angle, like that, as you probably have heard it, very fucked up angle, stuff like that. So I think you're always in the common angle. That's why you're kind of dying a lot on defense specifically. Uh, Switch it up. Have an off angle. Stuff like that. Okay. Different corner. Play off of the ankle. Don't be tucked in the corner. Stuff like that. But have a little bit of an off angle as well. Okay. The next thing is running around slash stomping his feet a lot. Okay. This is a very common thing from a lot of students, doesn't matter what rank. Okay, why do you think it's important to not run around and stomp around, make noise?
Just sound cues in general, input,
Sure. And what does sound cues in general mean?
footsteps, positioning,
Sure.
where I
And
am.
what is that specifically? What is me hearing footsteps and positioning and that's what is that to me
Like as an opponent,
as a person or opponent? Doesn't matter.
information. Like
Information. You are correct. That's what I'm looking for. It's information. So you running around and stuff like that is telling them whether they know it or they use it or not. Doesn't matter. We're generalizing here. Most people do. That's why. Um, they can hear what you're doing. They can figure out where you are going, stuff like that. So you got to learn how to be a little bit more silent, a ninja. Learn how to walk off. And I'm not saying shift walk everywhere all the time now. That's not what I'm saying. You got to know when and how. When should I speed it up? When should I start running? When should I start walking? Stuff like that. And the easiest way to do that is to look at the mini map and understand the sound radius. So, if you're flanking, you're running, you're gonna start walking when the sound radius starts getting to the closest enemy where you believe he is, stuff like that. Okay, so um, just I would like you to stop running around so much. On defense, it's more of a defensive note than attack. Attack a little bit different. Defensively though, it's very bad to be running off and running around and stuff like that. Okay, so focus on that. The next thing is game sense. Okay, mental game. Not trying to figure out how the enemy play. Okay, you understand concepts well, right? But why should we use a concept?
to counter what they might do.
Sure, and that's kind of it's correct. It's to counter what they're gonna do. So it's important that we figure out what. If we were trying to counter what they're doing, what is it important to figure out?
Like what they plan to do in the first place.
Sure, exactly. What they are doing, what they will do, what they could do. What are their tendencies and frequencies? Okay, so you have to understand your identification protocol a little bit better. And something I've developed is 4 steps. First step is to identify how they play as a whole team. Okay, some teams run it down, some teams play really slow, some teams play cringe, default, some teams are rotating all the time. Whatever it is, defense and attack, it can apply to both. Okay, that's the beauty of this protocol. It works on both size, doesn't matter. So the first step is identify how they play as a whole. Then you identify how they play individually. Oh, this guy's a lurking type agent. This guy's perma here. This guy does this. This guy does this. Okay. Then the second step is to process that information. What does this mean if this omen and this KO is here? Oh wait, they don't have flashes of smoke on this side. Wait, they have 2 duelists on this side. No utility to stop a rush. Wait, they have mollies here. They have flashes here. They don't have flashes here. They have smokes here. They don't have smokes here. Whatever it is. Okay. That's the second step. The third step is to adjust, as in think of ways to counteract what they're doing, try concepts, use old concepts, find solutions, try to figure out what you need to do. Okay, and then the last step is to apply. It's to make plans of all those prior steps and to tell your team and then be specific and detailed. Guys, they're fast rotating team. Let's fake A, go C. Okay, I want this guy. I want Jet Sova on A lobby. I want smoked across. Sova start droning down short. You're gonna go up long, make noise. I want Cypher sitting mid. 2 guys outside C with bomb. We'll let you know when to walk up on C long. Okay, that's after we've done step 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then there's a hidden rule as well where we've done all this. We're about to execute this plan and you've identified it's not going to work anymore, you're going to have to pivot. Okay, you can't just stick to the plan 100%. You have to have flexibility there. So kind of work on this identification protocol a little bit. Okay, it's important. I teach everybody, does not matter which rank, to get this down and master the skill. It's a skill. It's not genetics. Okay, that's something you have to understand. So because why I asked why we should use concepts is because to me, when I watch you play, and I'm not bashing you, just being very honest, it looks like you're just throwing concepts out there for no reason. You're just trying it out, and there's nothing wrong with that. Little bit, but it may work right now. But do you think it'll work in a Mortal 3 lobby where we
That
just
would be different.
randomly call a concept? Oh, let's just let's run a fake here for no reason. Oh, let's try this now, guys. Yeah, it might work in the short term, but long term, it's not going to work against good people. Why? Because good players are using concepts of how the enemy is playing. What they're doing, this is the concept we're going to use. This is the plan because of this is what they're doing. But you're just doing, oh, this is the plan. We'll try it out. Figure it out later. There's a big edge difference there. The guy that's going, this is what they're doing, exactly how they're set up, exactly how they play. This is their tendencies and frequencies versus a guy that's like, oh, let's just use all the concepts and just try them out every round. Just picking, just no brain. Just, oh, I just want to do this. Let's try this one out now. Okay, okay. This. Who do you think is gonna win in the long term? It's very simple.
Mm, yeah. The one that's more like planned.
Right, and accurate. And that's what this identification protocol is about. It's not about being a better planner. It's about being able to pinpoint 100% what they're doing. That's why it's there. And everybody does it. Nobody does not do it unless, you're just kind of like really slow in the head. But most people do it whether they know it or not. It's instinctual, it's intuitive. This is us putting it into words, but we all do it to some degree, but it's about mastering this skill. You not once said in that game, "Hey guys, this is they're playing really like this. Okay, let's start doing this, guys." You just kind of always, whether you did that by yourself, fine, but I would like where I can kind of see that you are doing it, where you're identifying what the enemy is doing. This is what we're gonna do. This is our adjustment. But sometimes it seems like you're just putting these concepts out there for no reason. Like there's no identification behind the plan is what I'm trying to say. Gotta identify what the enemy like to do, how they'll do it, their playstyle individually. This guy's perma here, this guy's perma walking down, this guy's always here, this guy's always A player, this guy's a C, whatever it is, and then come up with a plan. Okay, you're going to step 4 without step 1, 2, 3. And yes, it might work in the short term. Yeah, sure, go ahead and keep doing that. But it won't work to climb and to play with the top 1%, top 0.5%. That's what you have to understand. That's the difference in edge. Okay, and it's all about edge now, especially in this rank, even if you believe it or not. It's about separating ourselves. I've said this example a lot. Okay, traditional sports, esports, the top 5 players in the world versus a bottom of the barrel pro. Yes, to our eyes, the skill discrepancy looks like 50%, 100%, but it's not the case. That's what people fail to understand. Oh, this guy is so much better than this guy. That's why he's number one. No, that's not true. The edge is only 5 to 10%, even smaller. Sometimes it's 1%, 2%, but it caps out. It's not much bigger than 10% edge at the highest level. Okay, keep that in mind. So, but that makes all the difference. That 1 to 5% separates from you being a 5-time champion in the NFL, NBA, whatever, NHL, League of Legends, Dota 2, versus you being a pro that's unknown, not making money, bottom of the barrel. That's the difference. It's objective. If we put a Radiant player in any lobby besides Radiant, he will shit on everybody. But if you put him with the best pros, he's getting shitted on. But that edge isn't 100% increase from the best pro Zekin from this guy, 500 radiant. No, 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 no. The edge is only 5 to 10%. It's very small. 1 to 10%. It's very, very small. But that makes all, whether it's a mental discrepancy, a mental difference, a mechanical edge, does not matter. It's very, very, very tiny. So this is what you need to understand. And I'll ask you, how do we get more edge? How do we separate ourselves from players? It's very simple. We talked about it just now.
The consistency, at least for
Nope.
me, I guess it would be. Oh no.
Nope. It's to identify. Why? It's because 99% of people don't even focus or think about identifying. They go through the motions of playing Valorant, running around, shooting, and running it down. They don't think about how they can get ahead, what the enemy's doing, what this guy is doing, what we could do to foil their plans, their setup. Only a few people do it, my friend. And that's why I teach all my students to do it, because it's not just a Valorant skill, it's a life skill to be able to identify, process, adjust, and apply on whatever it is. Okay, so understand that this is how we'll separate ourselves by using this protocol that I have not developed. I may have labeled it identification protocol, but I didn't develop this. This has been around human nature for the last thousands of years. We've been using this subconsciously or actively. It doesn't matter. It's built in us. That's the difference. It's just now you're starting to understand it's a part of me. Now I have to master it. That's how I have to look at it. I gotta master the skill. It's a skill. It's not a genetic trait you're born with. Maybe part of it, but in my eyes, my experience, my opinion, no. It's a skill. Anyone can learn it. Why? I never had it. When I was 23, I didn't even. If you were to tell me what this stuff was when I was 20, I'd be like, you're an idiot. Don't talk to me. Okay, I developed this myself. I was not like this. If you think this is who I was from the beginning of time, not even close. Not even close. I was the most emotional person with no ounce of logic in my brain. It's hard to believe. A lot of people, students, they're like, "Holy fuck, how? How did you get to this level?" Okay, there's why I got here, but that's for another day. But just understand to separate ourselves with edge, to separate ourselves to becoming better than everybody, or to develop this quote unquote map hacking skill I like to call to pinpoint people where they're going to come from, padding, stuff like that. It's all about identification. Valorant is 80-70% identify. Should we go in? Should we rotate? Can we do this? It's all that Valorant is. So if you understand this skill and really get it to a T, you will become a really good player, and I believe you can be because your understanding of the game is already higher than a lot of people. People don't know how to even make plans like you did today. I'm being brutally honest, but you're on step 4. Work on step 1, 2, 3, so that way we can consistently make plans every single round, and it's accurate, and it's 70-80% win rate in terms of our calls. Our calls will be 70-80% correct. 7 out of 10 times that's right. That's what we want. Okay, because even in this game, you're making calls, but it wasn't right. Some stuff I was like, what the fuck? Like some random concept, just pulling them out. And I know you're able to identify. You can. You showed me you can too. But I just want it elite. I want it to my standard, and my standard is very high, not only for myself but for everybody. And I'm not wanting people to be me. That's not what I want. It's just I want people to be self-sufficient, high-level thinkers. Okay, and it's a skill. It's not genetics. Trust me. Okay, so that's that. So let's figure out how they're playing as a whole, individually, and then start making our plans according to what we have fed or we are feeding. As in, our teammates help us pinpoint where they're playing, or we fully do it by ourselves. Obviously, I would like you to be a player where you can pinpoint all 5, because that's what I do, and I'm not even that good. Okay, but that's that. So uh, just try to figure it out, try to identify. It's very key. Okay, get better at it. The next thing is individual. Oh, yeah, so I wrote not trying to figure out how the enemy play individually and as a team at a high level. I think you do it, but it's 6 out of 10. I need it 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Need it really, really strong. We're just pinpointing map hacking every fucking round. You're just like, this guy's here, this guy's here. Oh, the last 2 are here. Let's go. It's free, wide open. You don't know how many times I do that in my sessions and in my games. Some students are like, what the fuck? How do you know? It's like, I'm not a smart person. I'm really not. I'm the last person to say that. I'm really stupid. But it's not about being smart or stupid. It's about identifying, using our brain a little bit, using a little bit of brain power to process information. Okay, and that's the next step, is to identify, and then it's the process. And that's why I said identify, process. That's why I labeled it like that in the steps, because you got to think about what it means. You got to be unbiased, look at both perspectives. How is the enemy thinking in this moment? How are they talking in this moment? It's very, very advanced mind game stuff. But once you get a hang of this, and you will, I know you will, um bro, your game will change. People will not even look. You'll understand how people don't even look at the game the same way you do. Okay, so, and this is how pros think. They think very, very high level, um, and they use simple concepts which you already know of, but they make it very, very advanced by understanding how the enemy play. Usually, I ask the student, "How do the pros make these concepts very advanced?" And then they struggle to answer. I tell them by understanding how the enemy play. So they add layers to it off what the enemy is doing. Okay, so that's how you have to do it. The next thing is account for space better. So there's some rounds you're just running around on defense, and then you come back to where you were previously, but you're running around, so you get timing, and then the chamber just kills you in garage. Remember that round?
Mm.
There's a lot of those rounds. Okay, count for space better. Counting for space means calling out what's going on across the map, making sure you're not getting lurked up on, stuff like that. Okay, I would like you to do that a little bit better because you're holding garage, nothing's there. Then you're running B, reacting around. Then you come back and the guy's there now. Just sit there, wait, right? Stuff like that. So account for all
I think that
space.
round they called um
Sure,
like a committed on A.
right, but they didn't. The guy is coming out garage, and then I'm pretty sure they ended C. I can't remember specifically, but um, just gotta account space a little bit. Like sit there, wait, walk down, take space, um, stuff like that. Instead of just always reacting. I think you're a little bit too reactionary, and I told this to the student prior to you, before right before you, same thing, okay? Because it's important where the attackers, traditional sports, esports, war, whatever you want to say, okay, the attacking team, the attacking person, the attacking players usually are the aggressors and they control the tempo. They get to choose to run it down, play slow, whatever it is, sit around. Okay, the defenders usually are a reactionary role on the base level. The basic defense concept is to be reactionary. They go here, we go here. They go here, they go. That's the basic level. Okay, the highest level of defensive form is really about being proactive, being ahead, thinking ahead. What could they do? Being ready for that is the better way of playing defense. Okay, so right now you're in the reactionary way. Think about ways you can get ahead. So many times I watch you, you're able to take space, to retake space, even though they were grass. You dog them out, you're there, and then it's quiet. You could have retook that space, but you don't. You're scared, right? So like you got to figure out if they are there and stuff like that. So I would like you to account for space a little bit better and be proactive. Let's not be reactionary. Let's be proactive. Okay, we're getting carried on a little bit, but that's that. Okay, so the next thing is that's that for all your cons. I know we're getting deep into them, but it's important that you can understand these at a high level, not just let it go through one year out the other. You got to break these things down for you. Okay, that's who I am. That's what I do. That's how you get good. That's how I got to Immortal 3. Is to break down everything. You got to be able to break down the simplest shit. Just keep asking questions until you get down to the root cause. Okay, it's very important. You're young, so you'll develop the skill as you get older. Okay, the next thing is comms. So these are the pros. Has potential to be a really good IGL. I think you can be a really good IGL. Gotta be specific, more detailed. Work on your identification protocol. Because I'll ask you, okay, in terms of IGL, okay, or in terms of Valorant, when when a team wins a game, who's or loses, whose shoulders is that really on? Let's say in a pro sense,
Either the coach or the IGL.
either the coach or the IGL. Okay, so you know, and with you wanting to IGL slash potential to being in a good IGL, okay, in your mind, would a good IGL not identify things and just randomly call concepts? Or would he identify and figure out solutions of how the enemy is playing? Very simple.
Yeah, identify. Do you think it's necessary though to
Of course it is.
like state that out loud? No, to to the team, to the what you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree. Why is so that they can also put their two cents opinion and bounce ideas off each other. That's happened to me a lot because I IGL most of my games. I have a strong voice, right? So I start IGLing. One guy's like, "Wait, what about this?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." And we both agree, and it both works. We're good. So that's why it's important to not only store this information by yourself. Okay, you got to be selfless. You got to tell the teams, guys, they're playing fast. You got to rationalize with them. They won't listen. Random people won't listen to you if you don't have a good reason. You got to tell them, guys, they're fast rotating. Let's run a fucking fake or just sit around. Guys, they're just sitting around. Let's rush. Let's run it down. If you just tell them to run it down, a lot of the times they're not going to agree with you. Or if you tell them to default hard, they're not going to agree. Guys, they're flanking us from every space. Let's just default and sit around. If you just tell them, let's sit around and default, they're not going to want to do it. So that's why it's important to tell them what you've identified as well. That was a very great question. I think that's a really good question by you. Okay, so it's really important that you share the information you're giving. Because I'll ask you, wouldn't you want your IGL or your teammates to tell you what's going on or what they've
Mm.
discovered?
Yeah.
So then you should do it too, right? It's respect, mutual respect. If you want it, you got to give it to them as well. You can't just store this information and just, I don't care what you think. I'll just, okay, that's a selfish way of playing. You got to make sure the whole team is on the same page with comms, actions, whatever it is, plans, everything, synergy wise. It's important. It's a 5v5 tactical shooter. Would a SWAT effort go in? Four guys know what the plan is. One guy doesn't know what the plan is.
Nope.
Never, ever, ever. They would all know to a T exactly what to do. Entry plan, exit plan. Not one guy is left behind. It's a tactical shooter. Understand? It's a team effort. Too many people think this game is a solo expedition. Oh, it's me and versus five people. No, it's you and your team versus the other team. So if you're the best player on the team, you're the IGL, take responsibility for that. Take action for that. Okay? So understand that. So I really do believe you have potential to being a really good IGL. Just got to work on our identification protocol. I'm not saying it's non-existent. That's not what I'm saying. It's there. I just want it mastered. I want it elite. I don't want it average, a little bit above average. I want it the best. Okay? Because it's important. That's what the best do. They know how to identify quickly, milliseconds, not even rounds, milliseconds. Under 5 seconds, they've done step one, two, three, four. It's done. Okay, so it's very important that we get this down to T and that you understand it, and you get to choose whether you want to use it or not. It's fully up to you, but it's really important. Okay, just understand that. So that's that. The next thing I wrote is can be specific and detailed with comms. I think your comms are pretty specific and detailed. Uh, Obviously can still get better. I think it's good. I think it's a 7 out of 10. Need it 8, 9 out of 10. Better, faster. You being super hyper aware, um, and then communicating that to your team. Okay, we'll move on. Nothing crazy there. Aim. Okay, I didn't really have too much good to say. Didn't get to see too much stuff, too much fighting and stuff like that. I think you're able to delete. Just gotta work on your. I can even look past aim and being like, oh, you're a pretty good player. Just work on your aim. You'll be an even better player. That's how not as important aim is. All these other categories are really important. Movement slash positioning, game sense and mental game, utility usage, and then communication. Yes, these are the main umbrellas. There are subcategories within these categories, but these are the main things I look at and which I think are very important. So, and aim is secondary. I've said it so many times. It's secondary to all these categories. It's 5 categories. Aim is the last thing you got to focus on. The other four are really, really important. So understand that. Okay. The next thing is movement slash positioning. I wrote is disciplined, like your movement and positioning is disciplined, but I wrote but it's a bit too safe. Okay, so it's a little bit too in the back, baiting, waiting around, just not being proactive, just playing. You're valuing your life a little bit too much. Okay, most of the times most students they're in the category where they value it too less. They just run down, overheat, repeak in a really clutch situation, just throw their life away, 1 HP, they just start running into 5 people. Okay, you're in the opposite category. It's too safe. Open it up a little bit. Okay, you're just waiting so long, so long. Your whole team is dead. Just run it down too sometimes. Okay, just kind of work on that. It's good to be disciplined, but you gotta have a toggle, a throttle there to know when and how, or when I should be aggressive, when I should play safe. Okay, and that comes with situational awareness, experience. But it'll come over time. But it's one thing to know; it's another to apply. So think about it and try to apply it as well. Okay, the next thing is game sense slash mental game. I wrote he's actually really aware of directional audio. I think you're pretty good with directional audio. You kind of can hear the footsteps, know where they're going, where they're coming around you. That's pretty good. So a lot of people struggle with this. They're just lost. Even the student before you, he was playing on Fracture. He hears the sand doors open 5 times in a row. He's on the same spot looking at me, and he just dies from the back every single time, right? So he's not aware of his surround directional audio, and you are. So keep working on it, keep getting it better. And then add that to your game as well. The next thing is he's aware of things around him well. So you're pretty aware of surroundings, things around you, but I want you to be aware of things across the map. I want you to be super sensitive to telling a guy's behind him across the map. And he's like, "How the hell did you know that you're on C?" But you're telling him on A. I need you to be the player, okay? Um, to be hypersensitive like that, and I think you'll level up your game a little bit more. Okay, be aware for your team on a macro sense. You're aware on the micro sense, what's around you, but be aware in the macro sense of what the team can do, stuff like that. What's behind here? What was open for too long? The space, stuff like that. Okay, so or where they can end up off the information giving to you, stuff like that. Okay, so let's move on. So that's all your notes. Any questions on any of these stuff?
Nope.
Okay, that's that. So we can go ahead and queue. So I will send you these notes real quick. So these are your general notes. I'll also write a few more notes for these next two games where I will help you focus on them. So, for example, this game comes up, I write some stuff you're doing wrong or poorly, then I'll tell you, hey, this is what we got to focus on, that I'm watching you. Next game, got to focus on these things. And what happens a lot of times is there's real time improvement. They stop making those mistakes. They think about it. It's improved. I'm like, good job. All we had to do was talk about it, identify it, and talk about it. Finished. End of story. Right. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll aim for 2 more games. Stuff like that. Okay. So one thing I wanted to touch on. Usually there's 3 categories of player. It's a player with all aim, no brain. It's a category with all brain, no aim. That's the category we both go into, or I was once started in, and then there's a third category which is balanced. You're good with brain and aim. Obviously, the best players in the world are balanced. They have really good game sense and really good aim. So we want to get to that level. So, and you got the easy side. That's the beauty of you. I've had a lot of students where I tell them, guys, you did the easy stuff. Now it's time to do the hard shit, and they start like fuck, right? So you shouldn't even be sweating. Your brain is decent, pretty good, can evolve, get better. You got to understand tendencies and frequencies more. Okay, but you got the easy stuff to do, which is more of a nuisance because when you feel like it's easy or you don't want to do it, you won't do it because it's aim training. Why do I gotta click a dot for an hour today? Stuff like that. But if you don't let up on that and if you stay consistent and you work on it, you'll become a monster. Okay, so just understand that. Um, and only you can choose. I can't choose for you to become a monster. It's you. You get to wake up every day to decide, hey, am I gonna be a winner today or am I gonna be a loser? Okay, so you get to decide whether you want to be a good player where you're balanced and stuff like that, or you can just focus on your game sense only and shoot the way you shoot forever. And what I'm trying to say is that um, it's important that you can really dig deep and being like, you know what, this is what I'm lacking. It's time to go full force because that's all you're lacking is the aim part. I think your awareness, game sense is decent. Your directional audio is good. Just gotta focus on the aim where we can take fights, take over the. Usually, which is weird. Usually, I tell my students, stop worrying about your aim. Focus about taking over the game with our brain. you know. But for you, I'll have to say we gotta have an element, a part of our game where we're able to take over the game with our aim as well, because I believe you have potential to take over the game with your brain in the near future, but if there's no aim part there too, it's a little bit scuffed. Okay, so it's important that we maintain our aim to a good level too. So hopefully I can see some better aim mechanics to this game. I know I was watching only one game or whatnot as well. But yeah, you have anything to say or anything? You're awfully quiet.
Nothing. No.
Okay, all right.
Well, what like specifically was? You said there was a few rounds where I would just seem to throw out like a concept without identifying.
Yep.
Like, do you know what rounds those were, or like?
There was one round where I think it was a fake A, go B, something like that early on. It was early on. Also the C split one, right? Like it's a little bit like you're just a lot of the times when you're calling a
I can see that.
concept, you're literally like you're not rationalizing with your team. Somebody that understands fully what the enemy is doing and what they've came up with will tell them, guys, this is how they're playing. This is what we're gonna do. But you're just coming up with, this is what we're gonna do, and it's also in your language. You're like, guys, let's try a C split. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's do it. Right? You're just saying, let's try. That's the key as well. It's in your language. That to me shows that you haven't gone through step 1, 2, 3, right? Because you're saying, let's try.
Mm.
Those that know will be like, this is what I know. This is what we're gonna do. I want this guy here, this guy there, etc., etc. I'm not getting too specific into it because that's Valorant. It's very situational. I can't give you a textbook example off the top of my head. Like I could, but it's very situational where I don't want to be specific. But it's a very flowy game. But that's how I'll talk. I'll tell them, guys, they're fast rotating. Guys, let's just run a fake. Guys, they're just flanking us hard. Let's default.
Match
Right?
found.
There needs to be a first step, second step in your thought process in terms of our language. But you're like, let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. It's like randomly trying it, right? You haven't identified anything really. You may have by yourself, but you know you gotta tell your team as well. So don't worry, we'll get into it. This game, next game, I'll kind of help you out when you're struggling. Hey, what are they doing as a team? You'll answer. I'll be good. What does that mean? What should we do? Or what can we get? You know, in this specific round, in this moment in time, what can we get about this individual? You know, I've done that a lot, and usually that helps them process the information to making better plans, stuff like that. But we'll work on it.
Reina, there are better ways to survive than your path.
Oh, I'm so ashamed. Pobre de mí. How will I live with myself?
Yo, Simba, yeah, I'm gonna check right after this session. I don't want to check right now, but I'll check, and then we'll schedule it for you. No worries.
Hello.
Now we wait.
Hmm?
There.
Oh.
Are you gonna blind here or should I blind it? So.
I'll blind sight.
There.
Yes, sir.
Still in sight.
Blinding trust. Enemy spotted A.
Good
One back sight.
Just die. There.
Oh my.
All good. Just call hell.
I saw how.
Hell, hell, hell.
Sucks, Cubby.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, yeah, last one screens.
Headshot.
So we kind of like usually I ask, what'd you do wrong? What could we do better? We kind of know what we did wrong. We kind of whiffed on the ISO. Good kill on the Omen though. That was a good kill on the Omen. Good flash on the Jet too. He was blind, but I don't know how he killed one of your teammates somehow. But it's all good. Happens.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played in a week, so give me like 2
So
rounds to warm
in terms
up.
of A, what could we pick up? What's our setup so far? I know it's one round, but we gotta store this. We'll confirm later if this is 100% true. Who's playing on
I
A?
hear Deagle.
Omen Jet. They kind of do a lot of solo plays. ISO is
Sure.
probably towards mid because he
Right, right.
rotated really quick.
We'll just dissect A for now, because that's all we saw. Is Jet Omen? Obviously, the rest we know is on the other side, but we want to confirm, so just store that for now. Jet Omen on A.
Flash placed. Flashing. Retrieving flash.
And
Reloading. Have one of these.
let's just go. He can triple peek. Race has space 7.
Nailed my call.
So what could we do a little bit better? Just name them all out there, whatever you think.
Grenade.
One
Peeking with
enemy
Yuzo.
remaining.
Okay, what else?
My ultimate is
Just try. Throw them
I'm
all
not
out
sure.
there. Throw them all. Just try. I don't know. Or I'm not sure it's not good enough. Try. Name them. What could we have done better? What
isolate
could
the
you have
problem.
done better that round?
You crush it.
Probably just push off the. I forgot who went out first. Who first person
Arena?
went out
Sure.
first.
Okay, I'll just
Yeah, I
tell
could
you to
use
save
the
some time.
Molly.
Okay. We have to understand that they're rotating B there. Once Arena's dead and they throw nade there a little bit, they heard 3 of us say main. So you should call to rotate. Also, I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of our identification, would like you to call to rotate.
Now we wait.
I also think you could have went out
Still in
sight
sight.
probably, but it's all good. You're throwing your mollies
dropping
now.
smokes.
Flash placed. Not ready
Enemy
yet.
spotted A.
Nothing backside.
Rip and tear.
Carriers down.
Spike down A.
ISO vents.
Last player standing.
Okay, this round, what could we have done a little bit better?
Molly screens maybe.
Yous don't get
Sure.
a reset button.
Yep.
So
Your
still
team's
out,
on
please.
site, and you're ramp fighting ISO. The bomb is next to you. They are calling, get the bomb, and you're just fighting ISO. Just get the bomb, run to them, and plant the bomb. Right? Leave the ISO there. Just a little bit of situational awareness. Like, they need the bomb. You'll see it on the VOD. 3 of them are holding. To 1 guy looking heaven, 2 guys looking spawn, and there's no bomb because you're the one closest to it. Just gotta bring the bomb
Now
to
we
you,
wait.
to them.
No peeking. Enemy spotted B. Reload.
Blinding crack.
So there's a vice here, and they know you guys are here. What should we do?
Calm, buddy.
You can rotate. Maybe you can rotate. We have pick.
So just lead them. You don't need to wait for them. Just tell them, let's go away. Start leading them.
Launching thorns.
Holy fuck.
Your duty is not over. Grenade.
Back where I belong.
You guys could even go back. B
Vice
here.
says no wall, 1 thorn.
So I'm gonna be brutally honest. I think they're already here, but it's fine.
Thorns activated.
Let's go for it.
Retrieving flash. Launching thorns.
Satchel out.
Let us side.
Is that ramp?
Thorns are live.
Light planted. Reloading.
There.
I hit 65.
One enemy remaining.
Last ramp.
Good. Decent round. Okay. In terms of why we died, what could we have done better? Why did you die? I should ask. Did a jet.
Success is the
the jet
only
ramp.
axis that matters.
But why did we die? What's the main reason you died to the jet?
It's like a whiff.
Besides that, in terms of movement, I'll help you out. In terms of movement, your individual micro movement.
Oh, did I not strafe?
Yes, you're too stationary. You're standing still. Add a little jiggle, left, right, while you're fighting him. I know it's like very minuscule time, like milliseconds you're doing it, but just focus on that. You're standing still. The guy just instantly deleted you.
Well set.
Good round though. Good rotation. Good kill. So we killed 2 on B. What should we do?
Flash
Just
placed.
slam B.
Flashing.
start coming out and clearing all these corners for your team. I know you're not a duelist.
Rip and tear. Launching thorns. Plant the spike.
Just waiting for heaven and beaming.
Blinding.
So here as well, I like to tell them nothing flank, guys.
Wall trip.
There's
One
one.
flank.
There.
Jet. 117.
So let's say there wasn't anyone there, right?
One enemy
I like to
remaining.
tell them that no one's there. So that way they can not focus on main, they just all look to where they need to look instead. So that was a little bit bad timing. As soon as we were like waiting, there's nothing there, like the guy flanked, so.
Gun here. Reloading.
Okay, but gotta work on our identification. I knew to go. I kind of waited too. I'm like, what should we do? I asked you. Just gotta run in. We killed two. We killed a Raze, one mid. Site's free. I would have took my knife out and started running down. So, gotta work on our identification a little bit.
Same thing, or
I mean, yeah, they have AFK. They're gonna quick rotate.
just 5-man rush B?
Goodbye.
Vice set up here though. They have wall mid and just throws thorns from
Now we
heaven.
wait. I need a weapon. Thanks. Again.
All off right side.
Good ult.
Nice, good job, Green.
Alright.
Yo, we're still
Let's-
good for 11, right, Green?
Flash placed. Not ready yet.
Yeah, let me get our bar. We can leave.
Reloading.
I might be a tad late. I might be like
Yeah, this
20
episode.
minutes late, maybe.
Launching thorns.
Second, oh yeah.
Thorns activated.
Just go away, go away.
I think we go B. The
Huh.
full exposed B, no?
And the spike's going, gang. Just go away, just go away.
B.
No peeking.
What's happening?
Comms are good.
Blinding crack. Flashing.
Going B.
Yeah, Jet's
Okay,
heaven.
go away.
Gonna go through vent. What?
What?
Just go B. Just go.
What is this guy saying, bro? This Raze is unknown, though.
Yeah, race could be garage.
Yep, he's the B player, so gotta count for him.
One enemy
Right
remaining.
below me. She's right here.
Nice. A little bit of a mix up there. All good though. They just like made like a last minute pivot. They're like, oh fuck it, let's go. Be like, bro, you guys are halfway. You guys are literally on A. All good.
Okay, let's just go away. Cause one of them always pushes up. You just hold for it. I have ult.
Sure.
Vice is B.
Yep. Looks like Vice Raze on B.
Now we wait.
Jet Omen on A. Say or they had ISO, right? Yes, ISO.
Just hold for this guy.
Go away.
Good.
On screens.
Flashbang.
Should be the only one.
Thorns activated.
Better grab it.
Retrieving flash. Adapt. Launching thorns.
Reloading.
One CT, one heaven, I think.
Barrier here.
One enemy remaining.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Claire. Good luck.
Flash placed.
Oh,
Heaven.
140.
We just chill, just chill, just chill.
Good round.
Retrieving flash. Thorns are live.
Prepare yourselves. We fight once
So
again.
here you could choose
They
to
have their fifth back.
continue to condition them, right? Show them that we're gonna go A all the time, and then come up with that with a fake later on, or a rehit, or a tempo change up, whatever it is. Or you can go B, same thing. I know it's 5v4, it's a little bit more. Oh, it's 5v5 now. Right, so
Can we break the mid wall?
Now we wait.
You smoke vents, close.
Vice thorns. And wall.
Here.
Rip and tear. Thorns activated.
What are we doing?
You can hold right side.
Vice could be heaven. care.
No, they're both playing B.
taking
Both playing A. They're coming late.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god, what?
Okay, good kill on the ISO. Very good kill. Good wall bait there, like baiting the wall out. It's good. Most people just run
Once
across.
more into battle. I'm not tired. Are you?
Same thing.
Yeah.
We can buy you, Reyna.
I hit him. 81
Now we win.
headshot. And I was looking at nothing. I was looking straight at his dome.
You smoke vents. Close.
Same thing.
It's you and me.
Vents.
At least they got your trade. Yep,
I'll
standard.
die when I'm ready.
I think they have A.
We just go away. We have heaven.
Yeah, peeking.
Thorns are live. Spike down mid.
One more top mid.
Vents now.
One enemy remaining.
Unknown. Bomb is bottom mid though.
Let's start.
Bro, this Raze and Ragnar just lurking. Hilarious.
Could be garage. Probably push alley together. Someone. We have no info. Oh, CT, CT.
Heaven.
CT.
It's coming out spawn.
Probably alley. Alley.
Nice.
Oh, surrounded by minha
There.
família.
Pretty good round by you. Good trade on the clove. I think you didn't need to instant crouch, but it's fine. Both options are fine. Because I think that made you stationary where you got traded by the ISO running out.
No, it's kind of hard to see him though, because he's like blended
Yeah,
into my
I
thorns.
know.
Now we win.
But still, yeah. Just... Both
Caution
options
here.
are fine.
Still in sight.
Flash placed. Not ready yet.
One back side. I'm ult.
Bring me the arsenal!
Launching thorns. Thorns are
Could be
live.
back side.
Yeah. I'm blind.
Healing.
There. Rip and
One
tear.
CT.
Both CT, both CT.
One enemy remaining. Thorns activated.
It was late.
Light planted.
Blinding prep. Not ready yet. Good hit.
Nice.
Good round. It's a little bit boring because you guys are stomping them, but all good.
Oh, this reminds me of this one time
We'll
when
take it.
Yo.
I need my RR back from last game.
Yep.
Never
So I
mind.
said we'll take it. Win's a win.
I liked it.
I don't know, do you?
You just raise ult. One always plays back side.
Have they changed their setup?
I did.
Not really.
Yeah,
Twice
we
is
win.
always supposed to be
Good.
mid.
That's I'm just asking to open your mind up. They haven't. They're really playing Omen Jet, and then the ISO's mid, Vice, Raze on B. It's like
There.
Omen Jet pretty much. They even had
Inside.
no Jet there last round.
Enemy spotted.
Is that even here?
No, I don't think so.
No peeking.
I think we just go.
Flash
It's
placed.
down mid or B.
Blinding. Retrieving flash.
Satchel out.
He's here. How
Yeah. Thorns are live.
Oh,
Target down.
CT screens. And heaven.
Last player standing.
So this round,
Just took
I
too
know,
long.
there's but there's a reason because you know, there's a hesitation because we heard
before
Razor,
the
but
switch.
I would like you to be the guy.
Reality
Wait,
has
he's a
its
B
place,
guy, he's a B
but
guy,
it's
and you
not
guys just
here.
start fucking running it down because they trust your comms, because you're identifying well, stuff like that. So
I would expect that they switched up then, or something.
sure, but I even asked you before the round started. I'm like, did they switch it up? Like, you're like, nope. And like, yeah, we can assume they could, but people are creatures of habits. They like to do what
Take this
they
bait.
like, what they think will work.
Just die probably.
You and me.
Launching
included.
thorns. Thorns activated.
Vice put her flash mid. Omen has one smoke.
B has one guy on it.
Our spike's down.
Oh,
Ali,
two.
Ali.
Spike
Switch it up.
down B.
Heaven.
What the?
Do my parents watch my stream? No. I should probably show my parents though. They know I stream, but they don't watch it.
Placing wall trap.
Oh my.
Get out of my way.
A little bit of timing there.
Close.
All good.
Vice was heaven. Could be on. Oh.
All good. Defense side, split. We'll take it 9-3. We'll take that any day. Swin pistol and let's get out of here.
Switching sides.
Find the
Okay,
weakest
so
link. Kick him in the shin.
overall, I think pretty good half. I think I would like you have. I would have liked you to abuse A more. Because it's easier, right? A Jet Omen versus a Raze Vice is like big difference.
No, but they quick retake on it. Like ISO just randomly swing Omen to
Oh,
his
you mean they
before.
flood out? Like they come quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Or
yeah.
like you would play in like,
Sure.
you know.
You can even use that against them. If they're fast rotating A because they know it's weak side, you could fake A, go B, right? Then Vice will be alone instead of a Vice and Raze. So that's kind of how you can get more advanced. Understanding how they think too.
I like A.
Where's
Good hit.
I'm blinded.
Deficient.
One sewers.
Tell them what you see.
Rip and
Like
tear.
one's on site.
One's gonna be late maybe.
Thorns are live.
One's main as well. One's mid.
We should have ramp.
Nice.
Last player standing.
One ramp
Spike down A.
And there's one mid. One
Precise.
heaven.
and one heaven.
Oh no.
Fancy.
All good. Good kills. Good kill on the Jet. Good kill on the Omen.
As much as this world hurt me, it's mine.
I think
You guys can stack other side. I'll hold. Okay.
I think you could have went towards back sight, but the way you played it was.
Oh
fine.
yeah, I was trying to
He said second.
escape
yeah.
the blind. But I
Yeah, the
didn't.
blind made you get pushed.
I'll
to
go,
the
I'll go.
elbow. But I think it's fine.
Now we wait. Launching
I like to
thorns.
play Benji. You know where Benji is? Benji
Flash
Fishy?
placed.
The corner to the right. So go move forward.
This?
Walk. No,
There.
to your left. To your left. There, where you're pointing. Right before.
There.
To the right. To the right. To the right. To the right. To the right.
This?
There.
Yeah, that corner is Benji Fishy.
Raise A. ISO A. They have other up ramps.
Nice try.
104 ISO. He's pushing screens.
So I know it's only been 2 rounds. We'll confirm this later. You'll confirm it later.
Spike
What have they
planted.
shown us?
Just instant 5-man hits.
Last player standing.
It can be even a little bit less specific. It's like because the previous round, prior to this one, they didn't do a 5-man rundown. They did like a 3-man rundown. One was lurking mid, the ISO. This one was more like a 4 or 5-man rundown. So what we can just get from it is they're running it down on us. They're very aggressive, is what we can pick up.
Are they
Okay.
just not pushing?
Now we wait. Launching thorns. Blinding trap.
That's B.
B push.
I'm still at,
Receiving
yeah, mid.
flash.
I'll anchor.
They're out. Raise under, like hell.
Full committed.
Yeah, they're out.
Planting.
Spike planted.
Hell.
Help, help. I think one's Raptors,
Not
watch
ready
out.
yet. Fix her
3
down.
CT.
Rip and tear. Last player standing.
Nice try. Okay. So they went
thought he was
two
Raptors.
rounds in a row. A
Oh,
run
he's
down,
Raiders.
right? What did they do this round?
There you go.
Ears still ringing.
B.
B rundown.
Right.
These guys are
So
so
we're gonna have
fucking
to
gay.
change the setup a little bit. You need to play more by yourself and stack the other sides, mid and the other side, so that way you can retake the site you're on. Or you
Now we
just
wait.
destroy them solo as well. They'll run out and you just fucking shit on them and stuff like that. But you 3 on A while you have a vice is a little bit like waste of resources.
It's quiet here.
I don't hear anything. Wait, splash A.
It's A. It's A.
It's a
2, 3. Oh,
reset.
Nice try.
backside.
I think we. Let's fight ramps.
Wait for the smoke to go down.
Cutting their vision. Spike planted.
I don't know.
That's insane.
Close.
Woman.
Oh, super
I don't
winnable.
have them.
Elbow.
Give you
One
some.
elbow. One elbow.
One elbow. One screens.
I'm still
One
on.
enemy remaining.
That's backside.
Maps. Wait, what is this wall?
Last
No.
player standing. Clutch.
No way, we lost that. Yo, what the f?
How do
All
we
good,
tell?
all good. All good, all
None
good.
of my stuff has malfunctioned yet.
It's all good. Stay
Can
locked
I go
in.
B? You guys stack towards A.
Sure, I like that. I was gonna suggest that too. 3-man stack A, solo B with Sage mid, easy peasy. You just gotta not die. That's all it is, really.
Now we wait. Rip and tear. Blinding threat.
It's quiet here.
I don't hear anything.
Yo, honestly, Simba, when I think about that, I was smiling while I was watching because I'm
Nice
like,
mid.
that would actually be so
I still gonna
funny.
put
A.
it.
Spike down.
But I don't know how
A.
that'll end.
I still
It's
aim it,
out. It's out
for
on
sure.
site.
He's going back ramp, I'm pretty
So
sure.
tell them you have a flank.
Yeah, have a flank.
It's you and me.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that's huge.
He's on
I
you.
would.
Last player standing.
Have a-
Yeah, bomb.
Clutch.
So there, what could we have done better? That 1v1 scenario.
My ult is ready.
We have
You know
bomb.
what we should do?
We know Jets haven't.
I'll tell you. We should win.
More discipline, I guess.
That's it? That's all you've identified?
Not peak big time.
Right. Good. You're not
Now we
stupid.
wait.
You're not. You identified it. So not peek, play the bomb. You had it.
Blinding threat.
Just play retake.
You just peeked him to look for a fight and died.
What's SB? 2, 3.
Wall trip. Flash trap.
There's one pillar.
One could be out. I'm not sure. Yeah, 55. Backside. Raptors, up Raptors.
That's a kill. Reloading.
Planting.
Spike planted.
Ain't no way.
Danger.
Oh no.
Last player standing.
Could be mid flank.
One enemy remaining.
That's 3.
Not sure.
Nah, bro, I'm selling for that, bro.
I think I would like you to
he's
lean more towards pillar. You don't gotta play L or
Okay.
backside. Just play towards pillar. It's more flexible. You can do ring around the rosy. You can outmaneuver. You can go spawn. Hell, you're a
Just play retake.
little bit stuck.
Now we wait. Rip and tear. Flash place.
can overcome them. Let's hold positions. Get out of my way.
They smoke vents.
Flashing. Retrieving flash.
Nothing mid. Or nothing.
Getting RB.
One garage.
Close.
Not out.
Oh.
Flash placed.
Couple A.
Two.
Retrieving flash.
Nice.
Spike down A. One
like her.
enemy remaining.
Spike spotted
Mid dinked.
Good. Good round. Okay, so what can we get away from this round? How the enemy play? How they have they have adjusted.
They tried to play a bit slower, more
Yes.
default.
Good. You're right. They slowed it
And
down.
they farmed orbs.
So now we gotta store this info. They were running it down on us, but now they've adjusted. They're slowing it down. But now you have to add the layer that they're able to. They're capable of running it down. So you have to keep that in the back of your mind too. That they're not fully just playing slow anymore. It's just they've switched it up slightly, but just keep that in mind that they're able to still run it down. So we just gotta account for all the space. Be a little bit more patient. And then like fully know when they're taking sites. So
One mid, one mid.
1A, 1 mid. What does that
Nothing.
mean?
Yeah,
Ledge. They're slow again.
They're default, so call it. They're default, guys.
They're defaulting.
It might even be like a fake go B type thing.
Blinding crack.
Just get ready to ult on when they come out.
Mid.
Two breaking mid wall.
Mid, left. I saw.
Retrieving
Are they up
flash.
heaven? Up heaven.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Wall trip.
That's huge. One more.
One more main.
Not sure.
To be.
So there I would have ulted. After you kill the ISO, I would have ulted where it hits main and
Spike
heaven.
planted.
Or try my best.
Really? Against 4? Or 3?
I mean, didn't you die anyways?
One garage, one backside.
Last player standing.
Answer the question. Didn't we die?
Sorry?
I said, didn't we die
Last player
anyways?
standing.
So should probably try and win the round. I even told
Yeah.
you, be ready to ult here, and you still didn't do it. Killed ISO, but
Alright,
Not sure.
lucky socks.
It's like
Don't
you couldn't
fail me
move at
now.
all. You were like stuck in jail.
gotta use the ult sometime, right? I don't even think we used it one time this whole game in 20 rounds. That was a perfect time to use it. Where they come out on B and they're fucked. They have no guns.
Dropping, I guess.
Hunting thorn. Need to move my wall.
Guys, is this just me or like I'm getting these guys just giving me attitude? Like I don't know. I'm getting those vibes a little bit.
Spike
Not
up.
ready yet. Good hit.
1B.
Wall set.
Raise. I saw his ult.
Like what the fuck?
It's you and me.
They're alive. Rip and tear.
Out.
Activated.
Come to mid.
You're in CT. TBCT.
Adapt or die!
Oh, one backside.
Drop in a smoke.
Where did you put your mollies this round?
Last player standing.
Where did my mouse go? This one right here.
Okay. Where's the second one?
In my... Oh, did I?
Oh, like you didn't.
Oh, I think I just re-threw it, like,
Okay,
here.
okay.
And
Yeah, I think you gotta set up your mollies a little bit better. They're just coming in on site. You gotta have it one on the like the billboard, the backside billboard one. I forgot what that's called. And you know, one near new box maybe, or one direct, like one there. Yep. And then one where they come out as well. Yeah. That way it's like, because they're coming out so quickly on you. I'm not sure how, but just gotta kind of set it up where we deter them from coming out or slow them down if they are out, stuff like that.
Flash placed. Not ready yet.
nothing being.
Yeah, I think
Placing
that was
wall
a perfect
trap.
time to use
Probably,
the wall. But I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe he
ramp.
disagrees with me.
I have ult free tick. Raise ult as well.
One mid.
Oh, planting in, planting in.
Planting.
Mail's not gonna reach
One
ramps.
silver
That
is what's gonna be late. One silver.
was a horrible ult.
Bring me the arsenal!
What? Wait, that doesn't.
One enemy remaining.
All good. At least we used the ult. I think you could have waited a little bit. Like come out and then and use.
I don't know why the flash didn't. Like,
because when you ult from there, you actually don't get all of the sight. They can go Benji fishing and knock it ulted. So
yes, I saw, but I don't know what else to like.
I think you come out and then come out and then get the pillar and then elbow area, like your side, heaven side, that wall, not in elbow but outside, and then ult from there.
Rip and tear.
Okay, let's really lock in. This round is really important. This chooses who wins the game. This round right here, pretty much.
Blinding prepped. Not ready yet.
Nothing being.
A.
On it. All set.
So they're probably gonna run it down A.
Okay.
So B main is walled, mid is walled.
Could be up heaven.
One ramp, one site.
One on site.
One more ramp. One more ramp.
Down A.
So what I mean?
Yeah, bomb.
One on site, go on screens.
Can one hold this with me?
There.
Right now?
Yeah.
There's one mid. They broke the wall.
Yeah, one mid.
Wait.
Yo.
There.
Screens.
15.
Holy fuck.
Fire in the hole!
Last player standing.
Okay. So why did we die there at the end?
Audio key.
Yep. Correct. You're running around. All you had to do was pick up the gun silently and shift walk there. You would have killed him. He would have walked down. He's dead.
Right,
Also,
I fucking hate defense on this.
how did I picture or know that the ISO or whoever is coming up mid and shoot the rain on the back
Now
of the
we
head?
wait. Launching
Minimap. Wall
Minimap.
break.
Wall broke. Gotta call that out way quicker. I was like, as I'm calling out, he's already coming up the ropes. Right, but I need you to identify that.
move.
You don't need Reina to hold spawn with you there.
QB.
That's a B. Getting more.
Launching thorns. No more thorns.
They're getting nice orb.
Care mid.
They're gonna end up. They're gonna end up B.
Wait, they cut noise.
We completely left A. Watch out. Let's get to go.
We have race on club. What retake?
Blinding. Retrieving
Nothing
flash.
demon.
I think they're going A, to be honest. Yep.
It's you
They're
and
coming
me.
out, they're coming out. That's huge. They're out.
Nice. One more ramp.
Flank.
Spike down.
Oh, what the?
A.
Wait, heaven.
Heaven.
Heaven and ramp.
Omen,
For
watch
some-
out. Omen's 115.
One enemy remaining.
Was heaven.
Use that bomb.
Yeah, bomb or no?
Yeah,
We do have bomb. It's on site.
This is
30 seconds left.
unlosable.
You have ult. Last round.
Use heaven.
Here comes the party!
Oh. Nice. Decent round. Good setup.
Switching sides.
Not much really you did there.
Overtime.
Like in terms of like for us, like there wasn't much there. You're just anchoring B in mid.
We can default break mid wall.
Sure. Remember what I told you before the defensive half? Remember what I told you which side is the weak side? Do you remember?
Now we wait.
The A side.
Good. Okay. Omen. I'll take Omen Jet all day versus a
Wait,
Vice
what are we doing? Sorry.
Raze. Yeah, that's like super scary. It's like what the fuck.
Mid.
So you can even tell them, let's end A here, guys. We'll make a
He's
bunch of
weapons.
noise.
Yeah, we can end A. Break mid wall. Hopefully get a pick.
Fast push.
Just wait out the utility. Okay, he just died.
There's 3 pushing A. There's 3A.
Okay, speed up B. Speed up B.
No peeking!
Okay, this wall is not walling. I'll peek 3. 3, 2, 1.
Spike down B. Last player standing.
Okay.
Flawless.
Can you tell me why you decided to default?
To break the vice wall. If they get a pick
Switching
during our
sides.
attack half.
Besides
Match
that, what
point.
else? Break the wall. Gotcha. What else?
They have to invest more towards mid. Vice throws her vines. Omen uses a smoke.
They have to invest more mid
Draws rotates.
because we default? Why would they
Because we
roll?
broke the
Now
wall.
we win. Let them hear it.
Okay, interesting.
Flash place.
I think that thought process is, I'm not saying it's terrible, but, you know, I don't think it's correct.
What's up, B? 2B.
I'm getting out.
Wall flashing.
Out. I'm blinded, I'm blinded. Could be backside.
Retrieving flash. Fixer down. One enemy remaining.
Good job. Good hold. Good flash. That flash was really good. It fucked them all up. That's why like, if they weren't blind, you're dead.
Switching
The
sides.
Rays and the Jets just pushing pill and you're dead, but that was a really good flash.
Overtime.
I think I would have opted for you to
Stack
probably
was
set up the second molly, like I told you prior.
Okay, let's go. We can hold for the push.
If they, oh yeah, we can offer the push there too. Just try not, or I don't know. They just spam me.
Now we wait. Blinding press. Too obvious. Flash place. Retrieving flash.
Spike carriers down.
Spike down
my.
Out
A.
of my way.
Okay, so what's the problem this round?
Yeah, boom.
So,
In terms of the macro,
straight for raise.
not micro as in you. You did
I
nothing
think
wrong.
I'm in here, hold on.
Besides maybe not kill the jet, but besides that, macro, the team. What's wrong?
I feel like we just played too slow.
Way
They could
too slow, bro.
more easily identify where we were.
It's a omen and a jet. What? Tell me what utilities they have to stop you. A 5-man run down A.
No, we were holding for the push because last round
Sure,
They
but they
3-man.
didn't push. Did they push? We can identify they're not pushing in the first 5 seconds. They didn't push. They're not pushing.
Nightmare's
Okay,
over.
we identify it. We start walking up. But answer the question. What utilities do
One
they
enemy
have?
remaining.
Okay,
30
where they can
seconds
stop
left.
us.
Last
Come on.
player standing.
A smoke at most.
No peeking.
A blind at most. They have omen blind. That's it. Not even a smoke.
1 second.
Right? So gotta just
Clutch.
run. Start going up. Explode.
Switching sides. Match point.
We're here because we're
I can
the
understand
best.
waiting there because they're gonna push. I understand that, but they didn't push. Means in the first 5 seconds they would have pushed if they were gonna push. They didn't push. Gotta speed it up. Gotta be that guy. Gotta be the leader. Tell them, guys, let's get ready to explode here right now. Go.
Now we wait.
Nobody's saying anything. They're just walking around. There's no plans.
Launching thorn. Blinding press.
I don't hear anything B.
Probably just playing up slow. Oh, good pick.
Just tell them stay.
I saw up.
I think you're right now, let's see.
He's out.
I'm not sure.
Not out. Not out. Tell them not out. Look at your team. They're just running over.
Or not up.
I'm in mid.
We're not on
nice
a-
in mid, I think. I'm smoked out.
You can even hold a smoke now. It's smoked. You don't have to have it. You don't have to be
It's okay.
hidden. Smoke.
Up ramp. Yeah, we shouldn't have smoked the cross for right now.
I'm smoked off. Good cross vents.
Retrieving flash.
Clear vents.
Clover, you smoked off.
Nothing B.
I'm just holding mid.
So
Yeah, bomb.
Spike down A.
they're going. They might come back.
Omen
B.
to the event.
30 seconds left.
They're going A. They're going A.
One's going A. Through spawn.
Last player standing.
Oh shit.
40 Omen.
Spike planted.
They're short. GG's.
Attackers win.
So that last round, what did we do wrong?
The ISO, whether it goes out or not.
Yeah, you said he's out. So then you should see on the minimap your Clove and the Raze was just booking it full sprinting, right? You gotta reconfirm this language. You said he's out, and they start running. You see, look on the minimap. You gotta tell them not out, not out, not out. My bad, not out. Go back, go back. That's why you guys lost the round. That little miscommunication there, and I'm gonna be brutally honest. I'm not putting the full game blame on you, but that round was on your shoulders. You single-handedly made them lose the round by telling them ISO's out and not telling them, wait, he's not out, stay A. That's what I would have liked from you. Stay. Right, account for space. Look at the minimap. 2 of them left heaven on A just to go help you, but who's mid and who's on B? Answer this question. Which agents on your team? I'll help you out. Who's mid and who's on B? On your team on defense.
Sage. I think
We have a
Clove covered around
Sage.
vents.
Who else? Who are you?
Vice.
A Vice. We have a Sage and a Vice. Do we need 2 more people?
No.
No. So then we're gonna have to account for space. We changed the setup for a reason. You went B to solo and 3 man on A. They're not out. You gotta understand it. They're defaulting. When he kills one on A main, you see the ISO. You gotta tell them, guys, they're default, and then also tell them not out. The Sage, you didn't even know because you didn't look at the minimap. But you know how you kind of jiggled new box and then you saw the ISO. You tapped him. You came back. The Sage, I looked at the minimap. The Sage watched the whole lane. Nobody's out. He slowed it. Nobody's out. He would have told you if he's out. No one's out. So you got to tell them, go back, not out, not out, not out. It's all good. We got it. I'll let you know. Right? Stay locked in a little bit. Okay? You're a little bit slipping there in terms of your mental. Are you okay? Something going on? You seem a little bit standoffish as well. Are you tilted?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, well then, we should be locked in there. We should not have lost that game. I'm not putting the blame on you, but these small mistakes add up as well. You gotta tell them. Also on attack, gotta just explode A. I told you when overtime started, which side is the weak side. You're like A, and you decided to default still. And the next round, you guys waited for the push, and there's still no plan. Should have just told them that second overtime, guys. We're running it down A. It's gonna work. Trust me. I'll lead you if you don't believe me. That's what I do. When people don't, come. I'll do it by myself then. See you guys. What do you think happens? I do it by myself and I win the game by myself. A lot of the time. Sometimes I do that and fail too. Yeah, I can agree. It doesn't work out. But most of the time, it works because I'm using this identification protocol. They haven't even changed the setup that whole game. They changed it one time, first round in overtime, to 3 man push on A because they knew that you guys knew that. They had a fear there. They're like, oh fuck, our A is weak. Let's switch it up. They might come A. Let's push it down. Okay, but a little bit of the IGLing, the communication, your game sense is what lost you the game. That game was hella in reach. What was the score at halftime?
9-3.
9-3. Okay, super hella in reach. Okay, go ahead and queue. But it's really important that you focus on the small stuff now. It's not about me telling you, oh, big stuff, oh, this, you must aim train, must work on your brain, watch your radiant stream. That stuff's not going to fix the small stuff.
Match found.
To fix the small stuff is to make these mistakes, learn from it, don't let it ever happen again. Okay? Because that mistake, that last round was really bad. And I'm being brutally honest. I'm not bashing you. I'm not taking a personal attack on you. I'm not. I'm being really objective. That calm of saying he's out and then not, the problem isn't that you told him he's out. The problem is that you didn't reconfirm to them to tell them he's not out, he's not out. Go back, go back. That's the part I'm focusing on. I do that too, where I'm like, wait, he's out, he's out, he's out. I'm like, but you know what I do when I realize he's not out? He's not out, he's not out. Go back, go back, go back. I start yelling in the mic, go, leave back, go, go, go back, go back. Not out. I got it, I got it. I'll let you know when they're out. It was a fake, whatever it is. Okay, so I gotta focus on that identification. You even said, I don't know. You're like, I don't know if he's out. You gotta know if he's out. We're playing Valorant, right? And I'm being hard on you. I'm nitpicking this stuff.
Player 3.
Not because I think you're a bad player. It's because it's important. It's these small things really add up. And one thing I'll touch on is that mistakes in the late game versus mistakes in the beginning are completely different. There's more room for error, more margin of error. You can have a bigger room for margin of error early on. Doesn't matter. It's not as important if you lose these or make these big mistakes or small mistakes early on. In the late game, there's no margin. There's no room for error. You gotta play a perfect game. Okay, and I'm sure you've experienced it. We just experienced it right now. That one mistake let us lose the whole game. It was 5v4.
Wait.
Yep.
So wait, would you say it's like in that situation I should have like swung out? Because like, what if he was out? Wouldn't that be kind of bad if I lost that fight? You know, he's behind pillar. And my whole setup's down.
But I'll ask you, why do we have to fight him?
To confirm if he's there or not.
We have to fight to confirm if somebody's out or not.
Because from the angle I was in, I don't think he could have crossed the pillar, and I wouldn't have known.
I mean, you gotta just look at the minimap. There's a Sage Heaven looking main to throw a slow. He's not out. You don't need to fight to figure out if somebody's out. You can jump peek or jiggle peek. No. There's information peeking mechanics in this game. You can jiggle, you can jump, you can kind of walk around, see, off the noise as well. Right? You think he's gonna activate the wall and then walk out?
Now we wait.
After you activated your wall, he's gonna start running out.
Yes.
Okay.
Revealing area.
Wait, KJ's here, KJ's here, KJ's here. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Retrieving
Oh, let's go.
We got one. KJ and Tejo.
Done. Am I tripping, guys, or like? I feel like he's a little bit upset at me. That's what I feel. Like this energy. It's not really engaging. It's just trying to question what I say. Seems upset.
Enemy spotted B. Reloading.
QCT.
Scanning ahead.
50 on the Tejo.
Okay, I put predictions up.
90 KJ.
Okay, so there, what was our problem?
Go do one shot.
Last player standing.
I'm not sure. Not hitting the shot.
How are you? Okay, bro, I'm really not trying to personalize it, but how can you say you're not sure? It's the simplest stuff ever. You whiffed. That's all you had to say. You don't have to say I don't know. Okay? It's a very bad way to answer
I never
questions.
tire of watching you work, Omen.
I'm nitpicking because you seem very standoffish right now. You seem very upset for some reason. Are you upset?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so then let's lock the fuck in and try to identify what the fuck we're doing wrong. Okay? And I'm being stern on this because you're slipping. You're like on autopilot or you're upset or something. Something's going around in your mind. Okay? Lock the fuck in. If I ask you a question, try to answer it to your best ability. Okay, I don't know. It's not good enough when the simple answer is I whiffed. That's it. End of story.
Flash place. Not ready yet. Retrieving flash.
I don't understand. I asked him, what's our problem there? He's like, I don't know.
We can show. We gotta pick. Okay.
I'm usually the type not to get upset with my students, but it's just like...
Rip and tear.
Thorns down.
Like, if you don't know, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, fuck.
Blinding prepped. One enemy remaining.
Scanning ahead.
Yo, VR is so good. He's not winning.
Shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot it.
He's also shy, but I don't know.
Retrieving
It's not
flash.
about being shy. It's just trying your best. That's what I want.
We are
That's
strong
it.
because we are together. Don't forget that.
Why is KJ not playing B? What's going on?
I don't know.
Go B.
So what's their setup so far from what you've seen these 2 rounds?
KJ Teho B.
Okay, good.
I think Teho's sort of like the tree player. He leaned that one time.
Let's go
Omen's
fast.
probably like
Fast.
here.
Fast.
When we went round 1.
Clove is mid.
Oh yeah, Clove, my bad.
Yeah, and then they're pretty much playing 2 duelers on B.
Stealing sight. Scanning ahead.
Cubby.
Smoking 60.
Start speeding it up. Tell them, let's go.
Rip and tear.
Speed up.
Thorns are live. Plant spike.
I'm pretty sure the site's clear, but just double check it.
Launching thorns. Finding prep.
I'm gonna just chill back side.
Smoking fire. I'm smoking fire.
2 CT. 2 CT.
2 CT. L3.
Going out.
I'll hold CT with you.
There.
Omen.
All we gotta do is burn time. What the fuck? We used 2 ults? That's pretty crazy.
Thorns activated.
Flashing.
One enemy remaining.
Good flash.
Retrieving flash.
So
I think you could have probably just told your team, chill a little bit, because they were going crazy. But that's all.
Let's keep it going.
Good flash.
I'll bound.
Can I get a drop?
Also, you should probably get full armor.
Really?
I mean, you can not, but
No one buys Ava, so.
I need a drop.
Now we win.
the problem is you'll get 1 tapped in the head with certain guns. Especially when they're on eco. That's the only problem.
Revealing area.
Get him.
Last place. Not ready yet. Good hit.
Got him stunned.
Switch.
It's a Pucky.
I think I heard the lane.
Reloading.
Shock dart.
We can back up.
flash. Let's go.
Retrieving flash.
Oh, okay.
Rip and tear.
On site 1.
Thorns down. Blinding
I'm
prep.
smoking 5.
They're out.
Blinding.
I have dark
Retrieving
side.
flash.
Reloading. Scanning ahead.
There. One enemy remaining.
Lane.
There. There.
Reloading.
Good. So off these few rounds, what can we lean towards doing?
More than they
More.
ever seen.
Probably just.
Not you, like
going
the
in
team.
really-
The team.
Yeah, just going in really fast. I mean, the only thing
Right.
stopping is like, I mean, A is like Teho misses.
Right.
Or
Go
KJ
B.
said
Go
this
B.
was-
Rally them B.
Yeah,
Tell
it's
them,
done.
let's go B. Let's go
Let's
B.
go B. Let's go B.
Because it's working.
This
It's a,
KJ.
it's a reign of.
No,
Or
it's
hustle.
fine. It's fine. We can split it. We can split
Sure.
it.
Split?
If they want to try it,
Split A.
you can be like,
Yeah,
alright,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Okay. If they're like that adamant, they don't want to go B. Okay, whatever. We'll leave
No
it.
charges.
We'll try it out. But
Wall set.
from what we identified together, B is super fucking weak. Okay.
Blinding prep. Not ready yet. Retrieving flash.
It's over your molly. It's over your molly.
It's 3 towards A. That's 3 towards A.
Bro, Claire, bro, you're good. Bro. Need to get full armor, bro.
What the fuck?
There.
KJ was tree.
There's a molly right here. On my ping.
Wait, can we go back towards? No. I'm sending you guys.
I think we just go
I'm
B.
sending Dart to B.
You might have a shotgun.
Good. Gotta start speeding it up here.
Smoking.
Alright, let's go. I'm a molly CT.
there.
Oh, she's CT still.
Thorns are alive. Down B.
Right side.
Right side, right side.
Guys, how is there no fucking smoke on spawn?
Oh, okay.
Unlucky.
30 seconds left.
One CT, one market.
Yeah, that
Stairs, stairs.
This
Out already.
round's, a little bit on Omen. Not gonna lie.
Last player
One
standing.
stairs.
Let's try.
Right side.
Yeah, this round's a little bit on Omen. This is.
Let's just go B. We don't get stalled on
Spawns
it.
market.
Bro, you guys did 0 pressure A main.
It's not gonna work. How are we supposed to?
They were spamming.
It's just us
themselves, so we
talking, but
can't do
like,
anything.
we're obviously talking to each other, but it's like it's not gonna work. Like it's a
Nice.
tail killjoy on A. Like think about that. Like
The
right,
stalls.
the stalls, the utilities, just crazy. It's a neon fucking with a judge and a rain on B. That's it. Super free. He should have listened to you last round.
Can we just omen blind this? Because the neon always pushes up.
Yeah. Phoenix is.
I can ult as well. I get closer.
Region again, Lamau.
Ready.
They have KJL for retake, so let's not all play on site.
Scanning ahead.
I'll lay lurk
On side,
mid.
Neil's on side.
Sure, I like it.
Back boat.
B. Nice.
It's pretty common to be honest,
Unsafe.
because we're playing A. Yes, commonly, like very, very common that it's B, but they usually switch it up. Oh, he's.
I have a flank. It's one bonus.
One enemy remaining.
Fuck.
Wait, what the fuck did I just say here?
He's stairs.
Wait, that is me, right?
No, I heard that too. I thought he was behind you. The thought process was I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It was very good. I like that mid-late lurk play you did. I think the execution, I'll give it like a 6.57. Like, could have sped it up a little bit by just
can you
taking
drop
our
the Phoenix?
knife out, I think, a little bit.
Now we wait.
I'm not saying the whole way.
Like through.
Be safe.
No.
Here.
Once you cross pizza,
Drop the Phoenix.
just start taking your knife out immediately.
Drop the
My
Phoenix.
bad, my bad.
Cause you know they're kind
Go.
of small.
Son.
How
Holy.
is he not dead?
Somebody else can take bomb. I'm gonna ult side.
Alright.
How is he not dead, guys?
do we
Could be in smoke. Did he have a Bucky?
Yo, Silva, take.
It's two on side. Two on
They're
side.
already here.
Thorns are alive. Launching thorns.
Oh, I don't have any satchel.
Window house.
Long trip.
Wait, I'm not out. I'm not.
Irrelevant.
Tell us over one flank here.
Player standing.
Yo.
Spike down B.
I have no excuse.
Yeah, sure. So there, pretty good entry, honestly. You went backside with the other guy, and you pretty much killed two, or you re-killed the clove. But one thing I could have said, you could have said it was, like I said in the moment, was like, tell the Sova one coming behind. I know it's hectic round, you're backside fighting and shit, but the wall trapped, the wall went
Yo,
up. So
my
tell
fucking
the Sova,
ult,
yo,
it
behind
says
you, behind
damage
you.
dealt
'Cause he didn't know.
150, but it did 149.
Also, what are they done? What's their adjustment off
What?
on B?
My ult.
Insta rotate.
Yes,
on the
and also they
ability
started to
thing is
stack
yeah.
it.
damage dealt
They
150.
put the clove
but I
on
only did
B.
149 to
So
the KJ.
we should start leaning towards A now.
It's insane. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that works.
So here I'll tell them, let's end A.
We can go towards A. What the?
Real no smokes.
She's in the corner.
Oh, behind you, behind you, behind you. Tiles, looks tile. Tiles.
Oh,
What the fuck is she doing?
Bro, Tommy,
heaven.
Tommy, Tommy,
Or top.
Last
Heaven.
player
Tommy,
standing.
Tommy.
Spike down.
Last one's A
mid.
player, last one's A player.
One
Call it.
enemy
Those guys should be
remaining.
on A.
Yep.
Oh,
All good. How did I see the neon behind you? With no audio cues.
Minimap.
Minimap. Okay, she actually was trying to make a trigger discipline play where she was gonna walk up and kill all of you. but you guys started kind of freaking out, so she started throwing her stun. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, honestly,
So,
I feel like
in
the
this
A takes
round,
easier,
I'll just tell
even
you
with
so
the
we save
Killjoy
time.
on there.
We can identify that the neon is willing and capable of walking down B main. So we gotta
Does he
have
push
to
shit for cat?
kind of be careful with that.
If we just slam main together, it's like...
Placing wall trap. Rip and tear. Thorns activated.
Reloading.
Flash place. Not ready yet.
I'll heaven.
Spike down A.
Yeah, A is gonna be really difficult to take. The setup is pretty strong by Killjoy. He's got like come out mollies. It's not even for plant. It's turret from you guys getting on site. But let's try to think about our team's tendencies and frequencies. Where have we gone the most?
Kitchen.
Wait, what's the...
I would probably B.
Yeah, we've been B a lot. Okay, so we're gonna use this. We know that they know that we've been B a lot. Let's start B and A, right? Because if they know we go B a lot, they're gonna lean towards B. 2 guys on site, 1 main, 3 people, 1 mid, solo KJ, and then we confirm that to their beliefs. Oh, they're actually starting B here. There's 3 B main. They call it out. They start leaning towards B a little bit even harder.
Would it also be viable to like maybe raise nade this or something?
Yeah, but the problem with that is that you're not moving them to where you don't want to go. You're moving them to where you want to go. You want to end A, but we start A. What do you think's gonna happen when we start A?
Or no, like a fake A and B kind of.
Yeah, that's possible too. But what I'm doing is more advanced because we've been going B a lot. They know we like B, so we start B and A. It's gonna be a solo Killjoy, solo 1 guy. But on B, the neon showed us he pushes out. So if we take A 5 man, what is the neon gonna do? He's gonna take space by himself. Right.
You're mollied, Silva.
Oh shit! I should have told you.
Like here, they're just rotating A, and they're just taking space B main.
We don't need to hit this. Did neon push out B?
None. She's just jump spawning.
They have full info.
Good blind.
They know you guys.
I don't think we go A.
Wait, KJ's not even here though.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah. No, I'm not sure.
Bro.
Bro.
Jesus Christ.
I don't hear anything.
What are we thinking? What are we thinking?
Yo, we could just slam this shit, bro. Get over here.
I'll smoke for you.
Alright.
Ah! Yo, someone, take off. Someone,
Rip and tear.
I just ult the shit, man. We're being too on
we're going A. There's no point in me using my ult.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Alright,
Get your mark.
I'm gonna go.
That's right.
One tree. Tree, Gen, and heaven.
Heaven, one.
30 seconds.
Oh, we're being too indecisive.
Watch your eyes!
One enemy remaining.
Last one mid.
D player.
Good.
Okay.
Worked out
Yeah,
somehow.
we're just gonna have big balls.
A little bit scuffed.
I don't know why you guys didn't
So
just go
in this
away.
round, after this round, what can we
Yeah.
identify? What have they done to the enemy?
They've switched up.
They switched
No
it up.
more small
They put
dick
the Killjoy
energy.
on B and they 3-man A.
Let's just slam
So it would have worked too. With even Killjoy on B, it would have worked even
Yeah,
harder.
we big dickers.
They would have pulled the
Look at
3
that
guys
job.
towards B. It would have been
Wait.
1 guy anchor solo, 2 mid, 2 B, and you guys would have ended A. Take a 5v1, right? So this is the power of our identification protocol, of getting them to move off where we want to go. You're kind of
Scanning ahead.
Go get him.
Looking for you guys.
Blinding crack.
Negative blind.
It's mollied, it's mollied.
Retrieving. Thorns are alive.
Where is that?
Good one.
he's in. Nice.
Out tree.
Spike
Yo,
down A.
bro, what? Omen, what are you doing mid?
I'm not sure.
Last player
Over here,
standing.
so
84
it's
on
fine. All good. 6 on attack is fine. 5 to 7 is really all you need. 4 to 7 really. Even 3 is fine on attack. So 6. Good. It's a good help. Still, could have believed we could have dominated them, but all good.
Oh.
Watch them run.
Injured mutts. CT already.
Spike planted. Shadows traveling. Blinding. Cover going out.
Bro, tell Phoenix to chill. I need to win. I'm out. Need Super Saiyan coaching. If you win,
So I'll tell you guys the reason why we lost that round. Omen is just mid, late when we're all dead, and then you got Sova droning when we're all dead as well. I don't know why you guys aren't just pushing up. If you guys pushed up, we would win.
I was waiting for there to be two people
Yeah.
inside.
I don't know,
this
but
holds tree.
for all this waiting, go in, bro. Like you guys are over. It's not that hard.
Yeah, you guys are for sure overthinking it.
It's not fucking radiant lobbies, alright?
I will ult this.
Oh man, I need your fucking blind here so I can fucking, you know.
Yo, this race is actually
Oh yeah.
Scanning ahead.
Me, ready?
Bring me the arsenal!
Good here.
Hunting thorns. Thorns activated.
Oh, this guy's cooked.
Oh, how is he alive?
One heaven.
Rip and tear.
Put the bomb there.
No more thorns.
Reloading.
Spike planted. Blinding
I flash on this wall.
Reloading.
Just one out heaven, one out heaven.
Flashing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Neon 135.
One enemy remaining.
God. Okay.
What the
could have.
fuck is that thing?
I think you could have waited there for him, but I think the way you played it too was alright. Just gotta kill him pretty much. That's it.
I'm just gonna early dart me.
No charges. Rip and tear.
Wait, Pierre, what'd you bet on? Not or is gonna
So can
win?
you dart
Not
off
gonna
rip
win or was
first
gonna
round?
win?
Oh, you already got that shit queued.
I'm just gonna play my setup, Phoenix.
Do you want a one way?
Right then. Let's go kill them.
No.
Smoking me.
Come back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think you lost.
Shitty smoke,
Pio.
shitty smoke. I rushed that shit. Nice.
Or just chill.
52 Tahoe. He's one.
Here from catwalk. Hey, homolies.
Thorns activated.
KJ, one more.
So at least two of them.
Launching thorns.
Just one count, one count. It's one mid.
Thorns are alive.
I
They're going A. They're going A. They're going A.
30. 35 on the clove, 30 on the tail.
One B.
Wait, one's in our spawn.
Rotate.
Flashing. Retrieving flash.
Fight this tail.
30 seconds left.
Or like market, I think.
They're in B.
Last player standing.
Interesting.
Spike planted.
That's right. Okay, so a few things. You know how your Phoenix is up A main fighting? I think I would like you to position yourself close to him, like up close, not in heaven. And then also, when it's that scenario, 4v3, we know that a lot of them are A main out of the three. 2 out of 3, right? get proactive. You're kind of reactionary, waiting around for them to come in. They're not gonna come in at that point. They know that you guys are kind of leaning there already because you guys killed them there. So walk down mid, take space. Walk down A main, free clear it. Walk down B main if you wanted to too. Right? So be proactive.
Shame. Thorns activated.
2 main. 3 main, 3 main.
Are they not in?
Out. 3 out.
Wait, cages out, cages out.
Last player standing.
Sure.
This is where someone says something pithy and we pretend to tolerate them. Go ahead. I'll wait.
It's crazy. They don't even smoke heaven when they push in.
Launching thorn. Now we wait. Flash placed.
Bro, take it easy on the guy, man. He hasn't won a game.
Beep.
Let him win a game, bro.
Retrieving flash.
They're both main?
One enemy remaining.
Yep. Okay, good run. I like how you did that there. But that's kind of what I'm talking about, like that round prior. We know there's like 2A main, 3A main. I mean, we knew there's 3 actually. The tail came back cat like later, but just walk down mid. You even pinged mid because you were like, oh, it's unaccounted for. They could lurk up. You should just walk down mid. Stuff like that. Skip.
Now we wait.
Ahead of the rotation. Also, you love Regen Shield, eh? Just, you'll never go heavy armor, eh? Jesus.
Nope.
Holy crap. Gotta be flexible, bro.
Probably tiles.
Yeah,
I went up mid.
Launching thorns. Last player standing. Thorns activated. Thorns are alive.
Thing is dead.
Retrieving flash.
Sure. So what can we pick up in terms of information on the enemy this round?
Enemies close. Eyes up.
What did they do?
I just ran out mid.
No, they didn't run down mid. There's a concept that they used. They defaulted hard, and your team just died so quick it looked like they ran it down. They didn't run it down. They just literally just defaulted and killed everybody.
Now we wait.
Also, we start losing multiple rounds in a row. What should we do?
Phoenix, stop peeking in front of my setup.
Gotta just change the setup.
Kill this competition.
You gotta go B sometimes. You probably should go B.
One tiles.
You should run.
Neon's weak.
Come on, let's go. Reloading for this.
I'm joining.
Spike planted. Thorns are alive.
What's up?
There.
One's lane.
Revealing area.
Satchel out. Got him.
2 side.
One enemy remaining. Not ready yet. Good hit.
Oh my god.
Retrieving
Okay,
flash.
when we were fighting the clove, what could we have done better? I'll
All
help
for the
you.
peak.
I'll help you out a little bit in terms of utility usage.
Team Ace. Thorns activated.
I would say flashback. Like he could break
This
that.
is our new standard.
Doesn't matter. Try.
Control
You
the
wasting
space.
10 seconds
Control
there
their
finding him.
choices.
No, like without the flash is just like You're at the higher levels. At this levels, you're probably not dead. Low Ascendant. But at a higher
I'm not
level,
really
Immortal,
dead.
you're dead. The enemy came outstairs. You guys are all dead. Okay, 3 of you guys taking 10 seconds. Throw your flash there. Whether he shoots it or not, who cares? Or you think he's gonna. No one cares. Throw your flash there, flash him, and swing him, and he's dead. And move on. Start deducting backside, lane, stairs. Default dice.
A lot, amen.
Careful now.
Smoking. Not out yet.
I'm gonna be brutally honest, guy. This guy, he seems really thick-headed. Like,
Rip and tear.
yeah, he doesn't listen. He's super thick-headed. Like, he is.
They're leaving, going
He's got a thick-ass skull, like bookhead, brickhead. Like, that's not a personal attack. It's just another observation. Like, he does not like doing what he believes or feels isn't good.
No charges.
Just one of those players.
Just chill, just chill. Move numbers.
Ha! My ultimate's ready.
One enemy remaining. Team A.
That's a hell of a
So what can we do a little bit better there?
Thorns are alive.
You're up.
I'll lay it down. Our whole team is mid fighting, and you're holding A main. What can we do better?
I'm an early dirt B.
Maybe flash for A main info. See if he's actually.
Or there's a very simple one. Fight with our team. They're literally trading out, and I understand you're accounting for some space, but help them. Go help them. You're just like waiting around doing nothing. Just baiting them. Just fighting. Just go down mid and start running it down with them. Right.
He's out. I have ult for retake.
Yeah,
Not out.
I don't know. I think he's upset at me or something. I don't know.
Flash place. Not ready yet.
Like, if the chat agrees and the chat can observe this, it's true. Like, and I observed this a long time ago. But I don't know. Whatever. Everyone's a little bit different. This is the first time I've had a student like this, honestly. I've never had a student like this. Like, standoffish. Like, kind of giving a little like, consistent attitude.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Alright, good space taking.
Reloading.
Spike spotted B.
I survived obliteration. I will survive them.
I still have ult for retake.
Leader A again.
Now we wait.
I'm gonna play towards mid.
Rip and tear.
Nah, you're cooked, bro. He's not losing. Your channel points were down to 3, bro. It's 11-8. Defense on Ascent? No, you're cooked, bro.
Careful now.
What's up, amen? 2.
Blinding crack. Not ready yet.
Not out yet.
Wall tripped.
Out.
Thorns activated.
Ooh.
Last player standing. Spike
So what could we have done better?
Probably deep my setup. Oh wow.
Sorry?
More towards main. Like put more of my utility in.
That's so worth it.
Was it? I probably should have just gone for the win.
But you should probably play off your setup, no?
No one was
Feeling
mid
a
then.
little trolly, you
Sure,
know?
but it's not even like you're taking space down mid. You're just looking off into space mid forever, right?
I'm holding the space, no?
Sure, but you're doing it for too long. There's pressure in A main. Come back, play off your utility, your kit. That's your own kit.
Blinding crack.
Scanning ahead.
Enemy spotted B. Blinding. Retrieving flash.
92 neon.
Nice.
Spike down B.
Is that both?
Angel was Sarah. I don't know about Clove.
Spike planted.
I won't. One lane.
One main, right? Oh, lane.
Or main or lane, I'm not sure.
I don't know actually.
Yeah, lane and stairs.
Launching thorns. Thorns activated.
One enemy remaining.
I'm all-
Gotcha, fun. Mighty the arsenal.
One enemy remaining.
Go house, go house.
Enemy spotted.
Go together, go together, go, 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 go. Sova, stop baiting, bro!
He's on his feet.
Last player standing.
Uh-oh.
No way. Oh my god.
Concentrate, Sova.
Oh,
Oh,
brother.
there's no
Holy,
It's really
Sova, you're so
close.
scared!
Clutch.
time. All good.
I mean, nice try. Nice try.
You also had flash there. Just pointing that out. Could have flashed it in a 2v1 situation. Don't think he would break it, so probably would have been full blind. You could just swing out and kill him. So that's that.
Come on, you have to admit though, you're playing
I
like
think the
you
ult
have
was pretty
one
good.
testicle.
I like how you used that in that scenario.
Now we wait. Rip and tear. Flash placed. Launching thorns.
Yes, no, do you agree? Don't agree? Just
Oh, sorry.
Have
I didn't.
KJ,
I'm just
right?
talking
They
by
didn't do
myself
last
a little bit, it feels like.
Scanning ahead.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I could have timed it a little later for like the Clove ult.
You should run.
Retrieving flash.
I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying my best not to lose it right now.
Yeah.
What the fucking hell?
Someone's beyond that.
Lane.
One more, Lux.
Lux.
Last player standing.
How did my flash not get that?
Okay, what are the enemy doing now?
Uh-oh.
Where have they
You
gone?
want to dance? I'll leave.
Hey, let me try go B. You guys stuck towards him.
But they're gonna go A this round.
I'm asking you a question.
I know.
Where have they
Fine,
been
let's-
going?
Fine.
Now we wait. Launching thorns. Blinding
muted.
back.
Wait, so where Lamau. What are they doing? Okay, you're going B, that's fine.
Rip and tear.
I was talking to I muted myself and I was talking to myself for a bit.
Yeah, A.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Retrieving flash.
Yeah, I muted myself and I was like, where are they going now?
Yeah.
Talking to myself. Feeling like he's not talking back.
Down A.
Dice.
One enemy remaining.
Good.
Oh, nice.
So sorry, I was muted. I muted myself and I was asking you while you were like, I want to go B. I was like, where are they going now? But I was muted, which is funny. But I was gonna tell you to go B.
Alright,
So I was,
this
and
is
then
a wrap.
it's so unfortunate
I'm
you
getting
go
bored
B.
here.
They end up going A. I really hope nobody's stream sniping, but that was just crazy.
Now we wait.
Played B like he played A like every round.
Yeah,
and
can
they
you
go
show me
B.
this?
Flash placed. Rip and tear.
I put
Back to it.
Molly next scene. Molly's tail, Molly's.
One enemy
Huge.
remaining.
What?
I told you I get 4.
GG.
I told you I get 4, bro.
Tiles
I fucking read
last.
them.
Tiles.
He's hurt.
Oh. He's lit.
That's
Let's go.
GG's.
GG.
Defenders win.
Take flight.
Good. That game was pretty good. I think we were losing, right? In the beginning? Actually, no, it was 5-1.
No,
Actually,
it was 7-5.
Yeah, it was 5-1 and then it turned into 7-1. So, yeah, I would say that we probably could have won that game a lot cleaner. But hey, all good. We got the dub. Okay, so a few notes I wrote off that game was needs to use the identification protocol better. That's it. It's all right. Want it better though. Improve on it. Focus on it. Okay, because you're able to. I kind of showed you what it's about, and then you're kind of trying it out a little bit. But I want it like consistent, like how you should structure it. Really is started around, when you die, start processing that information. Okay, they put this guy here. Wait, this is here now. Wait, it's the same. Whatever it is, think about it in that downtime while you're dead, and then start it around. Immediately tell them, guys, this is what they're doing. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, and obviously you do the protocol by yourself. You're not gonna be like, hey team, we're gonna do first steps to identify and right, like adjust. Like you're not gonna talk to him like that.
Yeah.
It's for you. So um, do your protocol, adjust, sorry, identify, process, adjust, and then apply. But then starting around, immediately start with step 4, but you've done 1, 2, 3. That's the difference. And then be like, guys, this is what they're doing. This is what I want to try out. Let's do it. This is what I know will work. Let's do it. Let's do this concept, this, except whatever it is. But kind of work on that a little bit more. Like I've shown you how to do it at a high level as a high level player. The next step is to know how to do it consistently like a high level player. That's the key. So you still are on step 1. I'm kind of showing you how it's like to be step 2. But just kind of understand that you gotta know how to do it, then gotta do it every single time. So I still think there's some work. I don't think there's a lot of work, just some, but it's the consistency that you need to work on as well, as in making sure my mind is running all the time, so that way I can identify exactly where this guy has moved. He's still there. Okay, great. How the enemy playstyle has changed, and then start making plans accordingly off that. Okay. And then it's good to tell your teammates, kind of what you've identified as well. A lot of the times they'll bounce ideas off you. Okay, the next thing is make enemies move off of where he wants to go. Okay, so remember how we kind of, it was kind of chaotic, so we couldn't really touch on it too in depth, but because you're in mid game. But you know how we talked about it. I'm like, okay, where have we been going a lot? You're like B. I'm like, good. Okay, and they know that too. They're like, yo, these guys have been going B a lot. They shy away from A. So we can use that against them by starting B, but we end A. And then you're like, wait, what if we start A and go B? I'm like, yes, that will work too. But how their setup is, it's better to start B, and then whether there's a solo sentinel there or they usually have 2, 3 there with the sentinel, that will make them leave where we want to go. So it's a little bit of less specifics. I want you to focus more on making them move. Okay, so kind of focus on that a little bit, on understanding how to get them to move. It's really important where you can use the skill on a daily round to round, and develop this map packing skill. I like to call it in quotations. It's in quotations. It's not true map pack, but it's close, where you can mentally image where they are off our identification protocol. Oh, for example, guys, it's tail killjoy on A all the time. Wait, the clove is mid, and then they play neon Reyna. Okay, off that information. Sorry. Let's say we want to, we can go either way. We want to start B and end A, or start A and end B. But it's important that you can understand how you get them to move off not just your team's contact, as in going, oh, this round we're gonna just fake here and that's it. You gotta use the conditioning that you've already done as a team to your advantage. We've gone B a lot. They know we run it down B when we start B. So if we start B, and I'll ask you questions now, what do you think they'll be thinking, feeling when you guys show 3B main?
Probably a B hit, same as
They're
all the
like,
other rounds.
holy fuck, 3B main, probably gonna run it down, guys. Probably gonna run it down, right? So what happens naturally is they'll lean, not a full rotation, but they'll lean. They'll start moving off of A. Let's say there's 3 on A. Okay, they'll put the solo anchor, whether it's a sentinel or one guy, and then start leaning towards one more on B and then one more mid, right? So it's important that we can develop. It's a skill that you can understand using how we're playing, what their setup is, the identification, and then getting them to move whichever way we want to. That's the beauty of this. It's another concept, I guess. It's not really a part of the identification protocol, but it's used off of that. Like you identify what their setup is, and then you get to try to figure out how you want them to move. So it will kind of stem on their pathing, but in my mind, it's very important that, because that's what we do on attack, right? I'll ask you not to see if you're stupid or to see if you're dumb. You're not. You're a smart kid. It's to open up your mind. But for example, would we just we identify there's three there. Are we just gonna run in?
Probably not.
Would
Sure,
you?
stack site.
Right. Like the chances of us not, you know, maybe not losing, but the chances of us losing is quite higher. It's higher than us taking a 5v1, 5v2. So it's just really important that you develop this and you can identify what the setup is and then get them to just move however, and you'll see it come into play once you develop it. um, it's really map pack. Like, it would have worked if you just started B and went A that one round, but you guys opted to just run it down A. Whatever, fine. But uh, I would really, 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 whether you want to do it or not, it's not up to me. It's up to you. But I would really, really, really like you to not only think about it, but apply it, try it out, because it will work. And it's objective. It's not, in my experience, it only works. You know how I know it's objective? Because I coach students every day and we use it and it works all the time. Okay. Yes, subjectively, I've got to Immortal 3 using it too, in my experience, but in my POV. But I know it's objective because once I show everyone how to do it, it works for them too. So it's objective. If it was only working for me, then it would be subjective, but it's not. It's working for everybody. It works. So learn how to get them to move. You're still kind of stuck on just autopilot a little bit in terms of those things. You're just like, whatever, don't care. It's gonna go A. Okay, not good enough. It's not good enough to be Immortal 3 or Immortal even. Yeah, maybe a bottom barrel of Immortal, but that's why a lot of people are stuck bottom of the barrel Immortal, because that's how they think, that's how they feel. Okay, it's more than that. You gotta separate ourselves than everybody else. The next thing is needs to take space better on defense and be proactive when there's a lot of information. So that round, there's 3A main. Do you know how long you stayed heaven? I'll ask a question.
Pretty much the entire round, I think.
Like 30 seconds, you're heaven. We know there's 3A main. If we know there's 3A main, it's confirmed. Go walk down mid and get behind them. Go down mid, go into tiles, go cut off where they can go through spawn, or sit in tiles and make sure they can't rotate through spawn. Because usually the common thing is to rotate through mid. If they're not mid, they can only go through spawn. So get ahead of them, right? I can understand that you're the vice, so you want to solo anchor A, but I mean, we lost that round where you just sat there solo anchoring, doing nothing, waiting for them to come in, being reactionary, waiting, and nothing happened. They just went B. Like, you should just walk down, um, stuff like that through even A main. I would have done it. 3A main, they cut noise. I see the tail kill the guy, cat, re-clear A, and then see what's going on. Then start flanking, or I would have done it even earlier. Stuff like that, where I know there's 3A main, but I'm like, yup, they're gonna rotate. They're not going in here because I know that they know we've rotated here. That's how I think. I think on 3, 4 layers where I'm thinking about how they're thinking about us, and I'm thinking about how they think as well. It's really very crucial. If you can get that down to a T, you'll be a really, really good player too. Because think about it, you'd act the same way if it was 5v5 and you started A, right? You guys got traded out. There's 3 dead, and then there's 2 to 3 on site. What are you guys gonna do? You guys gonna just run in?
Rotate.
Right. And that's what happened. Obviously not at the same speed, but it's that same thought process. Like, we're not going in anymore. They know that we're here, and they've killed a couple of us here. It's probably likely stacked already. They've moved over here already. They've leaned over here already. So it's about mental imaging, like being accounting that in our mind, not how we see it. Okay, for face value, we gotta see it in our mind in terms of pathing of what they're already doing with our brain. And I know you may not understand. Some students don't understand. It's very advanced, but that's really the next level type stuff in terms of high level thinking. The next thing is needs to play off setup a bit better. So I think you should play off your setup a bit better. You tend to always hold a second molly, and I'll ask, what is that for?
The rotate. It's kind of like a habit from, I used to play Cypher, and
Okay.
like a good Cypher rule was to like only put on one cage because you need to retake for the site. So I kind of only took on one molly. If they're here, then I'll throw a second molly. But
Okay. Do you think you have to be a good cipher to always hold one cage? Do you believe that?
no, but I see it as pretty beneficial because if they do fast rush you, I can still throw it down. But if they end up going other side,
But
I
you
still
didn't
have
though.
some piece of utility.
Like sometimes you would throw it down, but a lot of times you just died with it. Like I really believe, and I'll ask you, what is your role?
At flex.
No, the agent you played just now.
Oh, Sentinel.
Sentinel? Okay, on defense specifically. Okay, I should be asking you and you should be answering, but I'll just give it to you, save some time. Okay, you should be holding down sights. So should we hold down sights with one smoke or two?
Probably two.
Probably two. So that's how you have to look at it. And that happened on I can't remember if it was map one or map two. Which one was map one again? Haven, right? Map
Yeah.
two was split. I'm trying to think if it was split or I can't remember, but there was some rounds where they were coming out. I think it was split actually. And if you had a second molly down and ready, especially when you're like heaven or something like hell, you can't get it down from that far, like towards the billboard backside area. Like they're just fucked. They're caught with their pants down in mollies, stuck, and everyone just starts peeking and dying. But um, I would like you to kind of set them down, okay? Instead of hold it for a retake. I'll ask you, how often do you do retake?
A lot actually, especially when
Really?
it didn't go yeah. The like most of the defense half didn't even
Sure.
go my site.
Okay, and that's fine. I can understand that if there's a lot of times you retake, sure. But you know, and I'm not saying put both down and waste them and just leave them there, but you gotta kind of adjust off playstyle. If they're running it down, probably need to place both. Okay, let's say they're a team that doesn't run it down. Okay, I can understand. They're gonna rotate a lot and probably gonna play retake across the map. That's fine, but you gotta be flexible. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's just always the same thing. Put one down, hold one. Always regen shield, right? Open up your mind a little bit where you can be flexible and try other things. Okay? I don't agree with what you said in the terms of, good Cypher players will always only smoke one. That is not true. A lot of good Cypher players place both. A lot of good Vice players place both. Okay, so it's just your bias there. So, when they're super aggressive, you should probably be placing both down. There's no time for retake against a team that's running it down 6, 7 rounds in a row. Just gotta place them in good spots where when they are in them, they're dead when we swing, stuff like that. Okay, so I would like you to kind of focus on your setup a little bit when you play Vice in terms of that. Overall, I think we just gotta still keep. Hold on one second. Let me just bring this up. Gotta keep working on a lot of these small stuff. It's not big stuff with you, honestly. So it's a lot of the small stuff we gotta focus on. But they're important small stuff. Okay, so understand that. I think in terms of that, even that last game, movement slightly stationary. We got a little bit better, but map one and map two, you're a little bit standing around a little bit too hard when we're fighting, specifically when we're fighting, stationary. Okay, move around, add a little rhythm. It's a little bit better there. Also, I think you're still not kind of taking duels. A little bit shying away from them a little bit. You're playing your life a little bit too hard. Get aggressive. Remember, I told you, just be aggressive as you can be. There's three A main. Walk down behind them and knife them in the back if you have to. Stuff I used to do. Okay, so just gotta get more aggro, and then also work on this identification protocol. You struggle with it a little bit. There are times you got to speed up and you're not speeding it up. And then I tell you, go, 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 go. Tell them, go. And then you tell them, great, good job. Okay, but I need you to be able to identify. And this is what I do with all my students. I'm this hard on all of them so that they can do them by themselves. And that's usually what happens. They start doing it by themselves. So I would like you to kind of, focus on these things as well. So that way you can do it when I'm not here or any other coach is not here. So you can do it by yourself and be that consistent, solid player. Okay. Um, Give me one second here. Yep. So I'll send you these notes, these last few notes here. That's that. Any questions so far?
No.
Anything? Anything you want to talk about?
I don't think so. Oh, actually, you said that like Sentinel, like hold down site, right?
Yep.
So
On defense.
yeah. So like, should I be more aggressive on both sides than you're saying,
So
or
on attack, so
just the
what I
sides?
teach all
Or...
my Sentinel students is on attack is a little bit of a different game. It's more of a controlling game. Even though holding down sight is a control game too, we're holding us down a site, but it's slightly different in what we're controlling. So we're not controlling sites on attack, we're controlling down mid more so what you need to do when you're like Cypher, just put your flank trips up and then play towards mid. Or let's say, we're on Ascent, we're on attack, and the guy's just walking down B main every single round. It's different. You may not want to start mid, but you probably will start B main. But generally, what you want to do is be mid, like in that area, locking it down, making sure you're not getting flanked through mid. People aren't walking down. If they do, you gotta kill them. Stuff like that. So that's mainly your goal on attack is to put your trips up on the opposite side of your team because your team doesn't need a trip if they're four over there on A main. Probably need one on B main, and then you sit mid and you hold down 2/3 of the map with your body and your utility. So that's that, and then also the goal isn't to just sit mid AFK, is to lurk, right? Mid late lurk or find timings and lurk, etc. etc. Lurking have three main uses for it. It's element of surprise. Okay, they don't know you're there. The next thing is information. You can hear people running around if you put yourself in a good spot mid, stuff like that. You can hear them rotating, call them back to go the other way, etc., etc. And then another element is to cause chaos, is to have that element of surprise, gain a timing, kill one guy. That guy tells his team, "Wait, Cypher, bottom mid." Then you reposition yourself away from there somewhere, like slightly, not like fully across the map, but slightly, where they look for you bottom mid. Then you kill another guy on the way to bottom mid. Then he says, "Wait, he's here now," and then you pivot to the other side, and and I'm sure you've experienced this too, right? Where a lurker just like a ghost. He kills you here, you guys call it, and then he's like back over here and spawning. And you go, "What the fuck?" Right? Everyone starts freaking out. So there's that element too, where you got to cause chaos because for a defending team, it's a double-edged sword. What you have to understand, where there's really two options a defending team can do against the lurk, is either A, to leave you alone to let you do whatever you like, come back to you later. They'll go flood out, retake, and then come back to the lurk later, whatever it is. And then there's another option, which is to expend resources, bodies, utilities at the lurk, darts, dogs, multiple people to run this guy down, so that they address the problem immediately so he doesn't cause chaos later. But um, that's what you have to understand, that whichever option they've chosen to do is a disadvantage to them. So that's why lurking on attack is quite strong as a sentinel. You want to be a nuisance. You want to kind of safely do it, always kind of have that presence, pressure. There's pressure, there's presence, there's pressure in being alive in itself, right? I know you've felt this before, where it's 3v5, you're like, oh fuck, we're not in a good position, right? You're like, fuck, because 5 guys against 3, especially if we're on defense. So understand that. I'm not saying lurk down mid with your knife out every single round, but have that mental dominance there against the enemy players. They know you're mid, sitting mid, and then whatever. You kind of have a really good setup on mid. They never come down mid. It's like that mental dominance of telling them, come, try me, come walk down. I'll show you why you shouldn't. And a lot of the times they do end up testing that. They're like, yo, we can't take space mid. This Cypher is just sitting mid. Let's try killing him. And what do you think happens when they do that? They send 3 people down mid and you kill 2 of them, 3 of them.
It's conditioning, and other sides are weaker.
Not so much conditioning, but it's more of a mental game, as in they'll just leave you alone when you're shitting on them that hard. Like, let's say one of them keeps walking them down, you kill them. He's like, yo, and he tells his team, guys, this guy's just sitting here. Let's fight him together. So 3 of them come down, and you still kill 2, 3 of them. They all die. Like, they're just like, oh fuck. Like, mentally, they're just like, oh fuck, this is like really bad. We should just leave him here. It's not gonna work. So that's what I mean by mental dominance. As in, if you can lock down mid really well, they're fucked. It's a double-edged sword. They have to expend a lot, and if they do and you still win, it's GG for them mentally. Like they're like, what are we supposed to do? We just sent 4 guys at the side for kill all of us. How would you feel? You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I'd be lost. I would be lost. I'd be like, bro, what would GG go next, right? So, that's kind of your role on attack as a sentinel. Defense, a little bit different. It's all about just locking down the site, solo anchoring, gaining some info with utility, stuff like that. I think the Sentinel, I mean, the Sentinel site is, to me, less of a retake site. Really depends. It's all preference though. It's kind of like your sense and DPI. Some Sentinels like to retake a lot. Some fight for the site a lot. Some, will set up opposite of whatever it is. But I'm a Sentinel where I fight for the site. I set up somewhere. This is my site to hold. I don't tend to play retake unless it's like a advantageous area time where you know it's like 5v3, 5v2. I'm like, okay, retake, simple. Let them have it. We take it as a team. Because I don't want to stand there and then die, and then now it's 4v3. It's not that big of an advantage. So, stuff like that. But I'm that type of sentinel where I'm fighting for site a lot, making sure I'm playing off my utility, uh, whether it's kill trips, info trips. I'm just ready to protect the site because that's mine. Right. So that's that. Any other questions? That's a good question.
No.
But that's. I hope I answer your question on what we should do on attack as a sentinel. But I would opt for you. Like I would kind of not want you to always be opposite of. You know how like some sentinels are like always opposite of the enemy team. That's info in itself. If you keep doing that, because they'll pick that up. Yo, this guy's op. Yo, he's Cypher's here alone. Wait, they're on A. Go stack A. And then they'll just start running it. You don't know how many times I've done that too, and it's true. So that's how you can kind of be proactive, unpredictable, in that sense. Any other questions? Anything? They're good questions. You should ask away if you have really good questions. Okay, but yeah, so just focus on that identification protocol because you slipped away. Even that last game, you were doing it, it was all right, and then just stop doing it. You're on autopilot, just playing the game. Think deeper than what every average person is doing. I'll ask you, do you want to be average?
Probably no.
Is it probably not or no? There's a difference.
No.
Okay, good. You got to know. Probably not means you don't know. Okay, you saying fuck no is certain. I need you to be certain. Okay, if you don't want to be average, then let's not act average. Let's start getting ahead and thinking deeply about the game, because that's what the average, or worse, lower than the average. That's what people do. They sit there and autopilot and just play and react. Okay, sure. Anyone gets those decisions to do that, but me, I teach all my students that gotta not only think and be a high level player, you gotta talk like one, feel it, believe it, and eventually it will come. Because I was like all of you guys. I started silver. I wasn't born God gamer. Okay, I went to Immortal 3 by myself through believing it, feeling it. Okay, and also for you, just gotta work on your aim, bro. So, what is your aim training right now? Or your routine?
Just
Or your warm up, whatever it
like
is.
before I play a game,
Sure.
I'd maybe doing the range.
Okay.
Depends. Yeah, like if like the range is kind of like testing the waters. If it's bad, I'll do some DMs, aim labs. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just do 1 or 2 TDMs and I'll come.
Okay. Okay. I know you don't got a lot of time, so it's a little bit time consuming. Aim training, it really is like warming up. Sometimes takes like an hour, right? So, I can understand that, but try your best. You said you're using aim labs or Kovacs or both.
Aim labs. I
Aim
have
lab.
Oblivity too, but
Oh
aim
yeah,
labs is just more like
I've heard of that. Yeah. So
there's just
what
more
I'll
stuff on aim
do
labs.
is I'll send you. It's not a playlist, but it's these exercises I did 4 times each. I'm not requiring you to do that 4 times each. It'll probably take an hour and a half, like half your playing time away. But what I would recommend is you do 2 times an exercise and build your way up to 3 times an exercise. Should take an hour maximum at 3 times a thing. At 2 times, it's probably like 30 minutes or 40 minutes around there, or even less. But so I'll send you those 2 videos. Hold on, let me just write that down. So 2 videos. Sorry, not videos. 2 screenshots of the exercises I want you to kind of do, and then um, I can also send you a video of some. So what are you doing in the range? Be specific.
Just the bots. That's it. Like
Hard bots, or that's it? Like
no,
100?
just I don't know, the one where they're all just like standing there, and then
Like when you just turn them on, practice bots,
yeah,
and they're just standing. Okay, and then you just shoot them in the head. That's it. Okay,
yeah.
so what I can do is I'll send you a video because if I were to show it to you, it'll take like 30, 40 minutes. I think it's too long. My students waiting for me. But I'll send you two photos of the playlist, like the playlist in quotation, and I'll send you a video of that um range routine that takes about 20 minutes, probably 25 minutes, 30 minutes. And then I'll also send another video, updated one where it's only like 3 exercises in it, that I teach most of my students that need it, in terms of aim. And then I'll send you that video. Um, yeah, and I think that should be fine. And just kind of, you know, keep doing it, as all I'll say. Like, nobody knows whether you'll cheat yourself but you. And that's the thing with Valorant, is I want you to understand, is it's a game where you get what you put in. So if you don't do any work on your aim is, and I don't think you have bad aim, but um it's not going to be elite, it's not going to be refined, it's not going to be really really clean, crispy, as they say. So uh and I'm sure you want that, right?
Mm.
Yes, no?
Yes.
Good. So if you've identified you want that, then you got to work towards it. It's not easy, but that's why a lot of people want it, because they see all these cool shots and people's aims like holy fuck, and then they just, you know, end up not doing it because they're like, it's not for me anymore. They get hit with reality. But those that continue, be consistent, be disciplined, doing it no matter how we feel, will most likely come on top. And that's very important that you work on this every day, because I think once you get your aim up more and then work on this identification protocol and just overall game sense, you're set playing off your setup, understanding fundamentals of economy and stuff like that, I think you'll be a good player. Um, but it's like you're training one area, but you're not training the other. There's two disciplines in Valorant. It's aiming and our brain, and you're only working on the brain. The brain will also diminish. Usually, it's the opposite that I explained. That the aim diminishes if our brain is low. Like if we have aim 10 out of 10, and all these other categories are 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. The aim comes down to 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. But the brain thing is as well. If our brain is 10 out of 10, but our aim is, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, our brain will naturally come down a little bit too, because it's got to compensate for the level of our aim as well. Yes, we're thinking very high level, but we cannot execute what we're thinking because our aim is too low. So that's how you have to think about it. That it's important that these things are close to or in harmony. But game sense definitely needs to be higher than aim, in my opinion, and I think it's objective as well. Aim is just a mechanic. Mechanics aren't that important in gaming. It's all about game sense in any game you play. And I've been gaming for 20 years, and I've tried Go Pro multiple times, multiple games, and it's not like I'm dog shit trying to go pro. I've been top 200, top 100, top 50 in multiple games, so I know what it's like. But it's game sense. It's game sense over everything. So work on your identification protocol, understanding what should we go in. Do we need to rotate? Okay, this is what we're gonna do because of this is what I've realized the enemy is doing. Our adjustment. Once you get this down, you'll be a much better player. Adding on with the aim, you being consistent with it, no matter how what's going on. You're busy, okay, stuff like that, then you're on the way. Okay, so before I let you go, I know it's been a bit long, my bad, but I asked you the first question, right? Like the last question in the beginning of the session. I said, "What do you want?" What did you say?
Uh, Originally mid immortal.
Right, you're like mid immortal, and then go to collegiate to kind of travel, right? Is that fair?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question to that. Okay, I ask all my students this. I ask, "What do you want?" They tell me, "Good, whatever." We reconfirmed it a little bit too. We're like, "Shoot higher, go Immortal 3, go Radiant." I would even want you to shoot for Radiant. Okay, there's nothing general with that. It's not broad, it's specific. Generally, everyone wants that, but it's not very, a broad goal. It's just specific and pinpointing where we want to go. Okay, but I'll ask you, second part of the question. You don't have to answer, it's rhetorical. It's what are you willing to sacrifice for what you want? How badly is it what you want? You being Immortal 3, you getting on a collegiate team to travel. How badly do you want it? What are you willing to do? You don't need to answer. Okay, but when I used to make my students answer this question, which I did about 20 or 30 times, only a few, 1 to 2 to 3, like 1 to 3 in that range, would say, and most people, I would ask them, what do you willing to sacrifice? Like, oh, I'll just train every day and just kind of work on my small goals. Yeah, I like that answer too. It's fine, very basic. But only a few, very few would be like, anything. I'm willing to lose my life, my girlfriend, whatever it takes. And I'm not saying do that. Lose your girlfriend, lose your family, lose your life for Valorant. That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying adopt that mindset where it's it's anything. You're willing to literally spend as much time, as much work as you need to get it done. And I hold my students all to the standard. You told me what you want. I expect you to do it. Be a man of your word, a person of your word. Do it. And I tell that to all my students. Why? If you don't, you'll end up like me, where you regret every day, where you're like, fuck, what could have been? Fuck, if I didn't quit, I would have made it. Fuck, I should be on that stage right now. Okay? And you may not understand what I mean by that right as of right now, but when you do, you will. Trust me, through regret. Trust me. And that's why I tell all my students this. It's not so that we can, dream around and just think and, ask ourselves these dumbass questions. It's so that we don't quit. It's so we don't lose sight. We move forward no matter what's happening on with our struggles in terms of the game or life. Okay, so it's important that you ask yourself these two questions every day. What do I want? This is what I want. This is what I'm willing to do. Be a man of your word. Okay, don't be a person, which I've been too myself. Okay, I'm 29, where I say something and I don't get it done. That's a coward. Be a man, or be a person of honesty and good values. So you told me you want to get something done? Let's get it done. You want to be mid immortal? You want to be Immortal 3? Get it done. You want to be in lobbies with other content creators, get whatever, to hang out with them, make friends with them? Get it done. Don't just sit around and wait for things to happen. You got to take action. Taking action means putting in work. Okay? It all ties together. Valorant, life is all about putting in the work. If you don't put it in, you don't get it. You don't get to reap the fruits of your labor. Okay, so that's that. Okay. Any questions or anything like that?
Oh no, I think I'm good.
Okay. So that's that. I will send you these two screenshots of the aim labs exercises. I'll send you the two videos as well. The two videos I'll do it tonight, but I got 2 more sessions today, so I will
Yeah, no,
kinda
no problem.
I will send that to you probably around 2 or 4 a.m. That's that. Okay. Overall, really good session. I know that you're losing, and I'm looking past the results. I don't care if you won or lost, but I would like you to focus on these things a little bit hard, like really hard, and you get to choose. Okay, because I'm gonna be brutally honest. You seem like the kind of guy that, or the person that's a little bit don't like to do things you believe is bad or whatever. I don't know, but just a little bit like that. Like I told you, get full armor. You're like, nah, you just want to go region shield. Go ahead, but you will understand why it's better. Okay, but we won't get into it. But just understand that. So that's that. Overall, good session. Just focus on these notes. Focus on your game decision making. Overall, your identification, and you're on the way. And your aim. I think that's also important. I think it on a base level, it's very strong, but it can be way stronger if you're training it every day. So that's that. Okay. Good session, man. Keep in touch. If you have any questions, let me know. DMs are always open, stuff like that. I always see you around in the Discord.
All right.
Okay. Later, man. Peace.
Yeah, thank you.